All right, let's take a look to see what this looks like. See if
Oh, I see.
see if everybody can hear it.
I gotta upgrade my camera, bro. I need to get a like a 4K.
Yo, I'm gonna need you to get on camera. Are you at work?
For me,
No, no. Well, everybody
Uh,
really, but yeah, at work.
nigga, I don't have a camera, nigga.
How you have a PC and don't have a camera, yo? The fuck?
Who the fuck am I talking to on PC? like,
Nigga, you on everybody's podcast every day of the week, yo.
negative. I'm only on
He
six
said
podcasts.
negative. And the round table.
I've
And the
only
round
seen this
table.
nigga on six and round table. That's it.
I'm just fucking with him. Gotta do my daily dose. Yeah, I was playing Ghost of Tsushima earlier. All right, these are the subjects here. Now we just gotta wait for everybody to get here. Now you
Wait,
guys,
are we? Oh no, man.
he said he hear like herpes. Oh dear.
Yeah, this is the shit I'm talking about. Like when Battlefield 6 come out, we're gonna see the difference between fucking PC and console once again. I don't understand why niggas always trying this shit. Just because some shitty ass game from some shitty developer is running fucking shitty doesn't mean anything.
That's what we have to deal with on a PS3 or PS. I keep saying PS3, PS5. We gotta deal with that shit all the time, yo. Just because the shit don't run like it, you know, the fuck. Now we gotta wait for everybody to come up in here.
Bro, this
Yeah,
layout thing, bro.
where's it? Where's everybody?
You did a good job with that layout. I didn't know you knew how to do that.
I didn't. I had to learn it, and it's fucking basic. I did save the loadout. I don't know how that's gonna work.
If you can, you should say that to me so I can learn how to do that shit myself too. I mean, well, I got one, but it was like I had to buy it. I didn't make it.
Now I did what everybody told me to do, and what everybody told me to do was do not use the Twitter chat because the Twitter chat is too cumbersome. Where is
What
everybody
is
at?
what is Dan's Twitter handle?
It's Daps, I think. Yo, where they at?
I don't know. We
Daps.
definitely said six though,
Come on, guys. Yeah, we definitely said six, bro. Like this was like a couple days ago too.
and today. How do you know Azizio? I don't. I forgot how I met this nigga, yo.
Hey, Jake, Long, we got some peoples in here. What's
Got
good,
some
everybody?
got some
Baby.
people. Jake sometimes he's well. I was telling him I was like, well, maybe you can jump in the podcast one day, but he works
Is
overnight.
it Daps Draws? Or what is this?
It's
Said,
Daps.
bro.
It's Daps. That's what it is.
I don't know. It's not giving me
It
the
wouldn't give it to me either. I don't. I think because he changed it, it won't. It won't do it. You know what? I'm about to be like fucking Titanic, yo. This show will go
Is that Titanic?
on. It's that my heart will go on. You know. We about to start this shit, yo. I gave everybody ample time, but I mean, you. I just gave it to you like fucking what is it? Fucking 20 minutes ago. You up in this bitch. So we are going to start. You want to kick this off, Pablos? And turn
Yo,
on your
what's good,
and
everybody?
turn on your camera, please.
Uh, not this week, boss.
What you
I'll tell you later why.
mean?
Like, my shit looking kind of trash right now, bro.
Man, I look
Okay.
trash all the time, yo. You probably got herpes outbreak. That's what that is.
Uh, yeah, I got it from Neil Druckmann, but uh, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of PlayStation Culture Podcast, baby. Back at you with
Ew, why you
some
say it like that?
topics. I'm trying to sound energetic with it, you know what I'm saying? You
Sounds
know, we
gay.
back at you.
Gay as
We
fuck.
back at you with some topics for this week, man. We had a state of play. We got Jim Ryan being a fucking Phil Spencer 2.0, and
I guess.
we gotta talk to some Japan Studios closer. Apparently, I wasn't made aware of this. I thought it was just somebody that left, but I'll let Josh like kind of get into that and shit. But
I don't want to
yeah,
lose
man, we
my
got some good
face.
topics, man. So let's get into it.
Yo,
What do
so
y'all want to start with?
yeah, let's start with the guest here. What do you want to start with? Dark
Yeah, what's up,
Minds.
man? What you want to start with, bro? You want to
We
talk
can
about
start
that
with.
PC shit with the Days Gone or whatever?
I mean, if y'all want to start off with the banger first, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
The PC shit.
sure. Yeah,
What's that?
the shit with Days Gone, and
Oh,
then the
yeah.
announcement of State of Play right after.
Nigga, that's not even any of the subjects, my nigga.
I thought you put that in there.
No,
On my
because
brain.
you know what? Because I'm tired of this shit, right? Every time I try to say, what's the
Let's touch
subjects?
up on that a little bit. Let's touch up on that a little bit.
Of course we are. Of course. So what we're going to do is we're going to merge that subject into Jim Ryan killing PlayStation. That's what we're going to do.
Okay,
Give me one
That's
bet,
all.
second.
bet, bet.
That's all
That's
a part of
perfect.
that. But you go on. You wanted to talk about that shit. Go on. PC. Days
Go
gone.
ahead, Demar. What's your thoughts on that as a PC gamer yourself, primarily?
Nah, that nigga's a pure PC nigga. Yo,
Wait, did he? Wait, he said he was gonna be back. Did he say that?
I didn't hear that. Nigga, you start then.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Ooh, Umar. What's
so
going on, bro?
what's up, Umar? So basically, Jim Ryan, he had an interview. I'm not sure who it was. You guys probably know the article, but um, in the article, he was talking about that, you know, there was a whole slate of PlayStation games that he wanted to introduce to a wider audience on PC.
A whiter audience?
Oh, wider. Sorry, my pronunciation is trash. But anyway, he wants to introduce it to a bigger audience. Fucking Josh, but like, so, and he started off with saying that Days Gone will be one of the first games to do that, make that big splash on PC, and the PlayStation community kind of erupted on Twitter that day. So yeah, that was pretty much the whole gist of it. My thoughts on it, personally, is that I don't mind it. I don't think it really affects, you know, their their team or anything, or like just the brand itself. I think it's just, you know, a easy way for them to make some extra cash or whatever. You know, they put a game on there that's been out for like 2 3 years, and then they just throw it on PC. You know, introduce some people. If anything, it's kind of introducing more PC people to PlayStation brand,
You think so?
and not vice versa. Because if you think about it, okay, like they put Days Gone on there, or they're putting Days Gone on there, it's gonna make, well, if what's the studio's name? If Ben Studio announces Days Gone 2 and it's only on PS5 day one and not on PC, uh, if the PC people liked what they played from the Days Gone port, the first game, they'll be like, fuck shit, I'm gonna get a PS5 now. So it's kind of, I think that's kind of like how they're trying to like work these games in. I don't think it's nothing's gonna be like day and date or nothing like that. I don't think we'll see that until like their games stop making money for them the way they want the games to. Especially with how game development is getting, with these games being more expensive, trying to add these all these you know, effects and stuff. So that's kind of what I think about it. But but yeah, I don't know if y'all got thoughts on it. But this kind of merging this with the Jim Ryan thing.
Yeah, well, it all ties in. It definitely all ties in. So the situation that I have, I'm not sure what's going on with everybody's chat. Yamari, are you like just muted right now, or what's going on?
Who me?
Oh yeah. Nope,
Oh,
you're
there you go.
muted.
He's back.
He's back.
Yeah, I've been here. I'm just waiting to talk. Like,
No, we were asking, but I guess you didn't hear us. But it's
oh,
cool. So.
okay, yeah.
Can you
As
guys hear me?
far as PC and PlayStation goes, like as far as games going to PC, like I don't understand why people are trying to say they're gonna build a PC. Because if they wanted a PC, they would have had one already. You know
Yo,
what I mean?
fucking
Like,
preach.
there's no. I
I'm
mean,
so
you would have
tired of
had a
this shit.
PC when Detroit went to PC. You would have got a PC when Death Stranding went to PC. You would have got a PC. You know what I mean? When Horizon went to PC, like there's been many ample opportunities for you to go get a PC. There's no. Like, this is not like the final straw. You're like, I'm gonna go get a PC now. Like, PC has a lot of issues that if you're not willing to troubleshoot them or you're not willing to wait for a fix or whatever, it's gonna be a real problem for a lot of these so-called converts. You know what I mean?
And this is coming from a PC guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Um, the thing is, it's not sick. Yo, what's going on, sick? He said he's never building another PC. See, the thing is
He's
this,
also
right?
said that
Yo,
he was
Snake
gonna
was
sell his
good, bro.
PS5.
Yo, Snake, if you wanna pull up, you can if you want.
Yeah. Well, yeah, send him the invite, or whatever. But
Understand.
I don't know how to like get like it's so cumbersome. I don't like Discord, but it's just gonna have to do for now. I mean, honestly, there are a lot of hurt ass people. Like extra, yo, Glorious War was going on. There are a lot of hurt fanboys. That's what it really boils down to. This has nothing to
Yeah.
do with, you know, I'm not sure where I want to put my money at. The bottom line is this: PC players are going to be PC players. Console gamers are going to be console gamers. There are explicit reasons as to why they are where they are at the moment. For instance, there's grandmothers and mothers and parents that are like 40, 50 years old that do not want to use a PC for browsing the web, despite the fact that it has more functionality than your phone. There's convenience when it comes to console gaming. That that's why it exists. Just like there's convenience for using your phone. That's why it exists. I mean, I haven't watched porn on my computer, I don't know, for 15 years. So I'm just saying, there's convenience there. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Ken, what's going on
As
with you?
far as Pablo was saying earlier, not to cut off Ken, but
Yeah.
Pablo was saying earlier that this is the way to get guys to jump on console if they want to play Days Gone 2 or whatever. It's like dudes have been waiting for Warcraft 4 since 2002. You're not gonna get nobody to go to console who don't want to go to console. Like you know what I mean? If you don't want to buy a PC, nothing's gonna make you buy a PC. Like I don't understand why people are acting like putting games on PC is gonna entice people to buy a
Yo, Slick, I
console. If they
sent
want
you
to
an
buy a
invite, by the way.
console,
Sorry.
they'll buy one. You know what I mean?
Right. Like people, like PC players had a lot of opportunities to buy console gaming, and some of them do. There's some crossover, and vice versa. There's a lot of, people that could have migrated over to PC, and they haven't. The
But the
convenience.
issue is also
Yeah.
is this whole like I'm on PC only type shit or I'm on console only. Niggas need to calm down with that shit. Like that makes no sense to me. You know what I mean?
But this
I
likewise,
could prefer.
nobody care about no fucking neutral people talking about something. I just go where the games are at.
No,
Like that's
I
not really
prefer
true.
PC, but I would definitely buy a Switch or anything else to play a game I want. You know what I mean? Like, there's no sides to this shit. It's only your enjoyment. Like,
Oh,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
But
That's
if you
Nobody's
get,
gonna.
but
Nah,
if you
that's
get,
funny.
if your games are going to come out for or to the PC, why wouldn't you? Just
What do you
just
mean?
keep the PC. Why would you buy a console if those games are eventually? That's the argument. If those games are,
Because the games are made to run on Sony's hardware the best, no matter what other platform they go to. They're originally made for that platform.
gotta
You
look
know
at
what I mean?
Horizon. Gotta look at in terms
Right.
and in terms of convenience. Before Ken jump in terms of convenience, Horizon came out cool. We all knew about that shit. But the problem with Horizon is that it was so geared towards the PlayStation 4's hardware. There's so many configurations for PC that you just can't put a one size fit all. Sometimes you'll have the correct drivers for everything, and everything is correct, and something still goes wrong. And then you got to, like Pablo said, you got to troubleshoot that shit. Whereas
But also
if
the
you have a
fact
console,
that
you just turn
they
it the fuck on and keep it moving.
Gorilla used a third party dev to fucking port the game. Like
They came
they didn't
back.
do it themselves.
They came back and did it. But like, I'll say this: Decima Engine was actually, 16 there. Decima Engine was actually stripped. The cloud stuff, like the actual dynamic clouds and everything like that. That shit was stripped for Death Stranding. So there's a lot of missing features. That's one of the reasons why it works so well. But before we go on, Ken, you've been quiet for a while. What you gotta say about all this?
Oh, I think he's busy.
Is that what he's?
Yeah, because he's muted, so
He
probably
usually
something.
he
going
usually mutes it because he had noise in the background.
on. All right.
All right, we're gonna move to six for the moment. I mean,
You guys hear me?
yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my bad. I was
Looks like
having trying to.
you still
What
have
was the
it.
question?
What you gotta say? What you gotta say about Days going to PC and whatnot? It just their games going to PC. Sony's games rather.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as Days Gone going to PC, um, I feel like people are kind of just blowing this out of proportion a little bit, man. To be honest with you, I mean, it, from my perspective, I don't really see how putting Days Gone a PS4 game at this point, where we're focusing mostly on PS5, um, going forward, it's detrimental. I mean, I don't. I mean, it's like one game. We had Horizon, another game. It's not that big of a deal, man. If anything, it's going to help to bring more revenue back to the platform, and hopefully more people into the platform as well. So I don't know. I feel like people are just blowing it a little bit out of proportion, in my opinion.
Definitely
Let, let,
fanboy shit.
let me actually, because I think people's like concern is like, because like, especially with Days Gone, not really like Horizon as much, but the fact that Days Gone isn't really that much of an older game, like it came out kind of recently. People
Almost
think that
about
they're
two
kind of
years
like slowly building to
day
them
and date.
doing day and date, yeah. So like that's kind of what people getting concerned about. But
It,
I don't even know if I would worry if they did that anyway, because I don't know.
there's
It's
things,
just
there's ramifications for that too. But let Sick go on. He's been
yeah.
kind
Let's
of
say he been vocal about that for.
Hey, nah,
Hey,
man,
okay.
I'm just chilling, bro. I'm just chilling, man. Look,
hey.
I I keep hearing the same thing over and over, man. Y'all niggas
Yeah,
is tripping, bro. Y'all wilding, bro. I mean, it's only one game. I mean, it's only a PS4 game. I mean, yeah, it's gonna help with the revenue. All right, cool. Death Stranding, Detroit Become Human,
yeah.
Beyond Two Souls, Heavy Rain,
Oh, I forgot about that shit.
Horizon Zero Dawn, and now
Wasn't it Journey too?
Days Gone that is actually going. Yeah, Journey 2. What have PlayStation
Flower.
fans? What have PlayStation fans received in return? What have we gotten for all of this?
See, and that's where the problem is
I
that
keep no 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 no
that
no. no.
statement.
Hold on.
That's a good question.
What have the people who've supported this platform since the PS1, through all of their endeavors, through their ups and their downs, what have we gotten in return? The chance to say, "Oh, we played it here first." Because if that's the case, then they can keep that. Fuck them.
I'm a okay.
So you want it
Oh
on
no,
there?
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get into it.
But yeah, go ahead.
So
I mean,
I'm
Go
here
ahead,
for
go.
support. Yo, what's going on, JTAC? So that's the thing. That statement. That very statement is the problem. What if all those games coming out on the PC platform put money into the games that you actually enjoy? The Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima. Just the fact that the fan service. This isn't a fan service. This is a product. That's what this is. That's why there's a flaw with that statement anyway. It's a product. That's how I look at it. I'm not looking at it as they're supposed to tickle my fancy and shit like that. Other than just provide me a decent
Wait,
product.
let me ask you a question. 'Cause I kind of want to get into your mind, like, 'cause, like the way you like go about like all this stuff is like it always interests me. So like, all right, if it goes day and date, like, would you still want to keep a console around just for like the convenience factor of it, or are you like, all right, fuck it, I'm just like my PC all day. If PlayStation do day and date, Xbox or whatever with the Xbox games and shit, Nintendo if they do that shit one day, like, is it just about it, like not about it being a console in general and just having it, just for the sake of having it?
I'm not sure who is that question for.
No. That's for you. I'm saying like if PlayStation games, let's say, go day and day or whatever, like would you have no reason to keep the console at all, like just for like as a convenience factor, or would you just
What's the convenience of having a console?
for exclusive?
I've heard y'all say that multiple times, and I ain't saying a word. But what is that? What does that mean? What is the convenience?
I mean the console is,
I thought it was
is
clear,
for
honestly.
exclusives, but if everything's on PC, then
I'm-
at that point it's just about convenience. At that point, just about plugging and playing and shit like that.
But that's what this is the argument with a lot of PC players.
Yeah.
They say that it's not plug and play on consoles. So let me pose this to you.
It's just as plug and play as it is on PC. I'm just trying to figure out.
But things could go wrong with the PC, and they have, and they do.
Things can go wrong with the console, and
it is a lot less likely for it to go wrong because it's in that.
I've had my PlayStation 5 crash the second I got that motherfucker.
That is an anecdotal story. So I didn't.
That's an anecdotal story? No, it's a story that if you browse the internet, a lot of people have had that issue.
Well, you can't. That's not my reality though. My reality
But I
is
think
I
it's
didn't have
minor
that
though.
particular
I don't
issue.
think it's like too worldwide spread though. So
I had some issues with Miles Morales. That shit kept freezing on me.
And people say Call of Duty, that's a game. But again, when it freezes like that, you turn it off and turn it back on. When it freezes like that on the PC, and if it consistently goes on, now what's wrong with this or that or driver this or whatever the case is? It's a lot less. It's a lot less across the board. Even if you look at Digital Foundry,
it's not. No matter how many times you say it, it doesn't make it.
Even if you look at Digital Foundry and you see what the fallout of what do you call it? Horizon Zero Dawn. That should have just been put in, and that's the end of it. But you got a whole bunch of other shit that you have to worry about other than just putting a disc in. Regardless of what you say, that's unanimous with any game that's on the PC.
This hasn't been used on PCs in quite some time. So everything is digital download. Again, you have a problem with your application, what do? You uninstall it, you reinstall it. You close it out, you open it up. Same thing on PC.
See, and this is where I'm going to have to agree to disagree. It's just, I mean, you're saying that it's not plug and play where I could just slide the icon back on my...
I never once said anything wasn't plug and play.
You're saying what's the convenience factor? And my convenience factor is, well, I don't have to worry about a lot of different shit. It's convenient for me not to think about different pieces of hardware. That's convenient. The hardware is fixed. I just plug it in.
It's convenient
and
for
call
you
it
to have some hardware that you can't troubleshoot. That's a convenience.
Of course it is. That's more work for me. That's what convenience. What convenience is less work for you. That's what it is. Just like I mentioned the analogy. Hold on, wait. I mentioned the analogy with the cell phones versus the PC.
But Josh, I think that it's inconvenient to have to send your PlayStation all the way to Sony to get it fixed. I can just go to my.
But that's you're okay. So
you would have to do that with a PC too, though,
pieces of it. But how often is it? How often do you have to send your shit out because your game froze? Are you telling me? Because your game froze or locked up, I gotta send my shit all the way to fucking California. That's what you telling me?
No, that doesn't happen. Hold on, when the hard drives become corrupted, you have to send it out. You have some sort of issue with the CPU or GPU that's in that console, you have to send it out.
How often does this happen?
Okay, now you're asking me something. You're asking me a rhetorical question.
No, it's not rhetorical.
For everybody, it's gonna be different as far as when they or how they have to send stuff out. Right?
Yeah,
I've never had to send my PlayStation out, but other people have had to send their PlayStation.
For whatever reason it is a new launch. So let's say let's fast forward it a year from now, right? And when all the hardware is done, didn't you actually have a problem with your power supply unit, and you had to do all this other rigmarole just to get this shit to work?
No. I actually had a problem with the power cable. Nothing was wrong with the power supply. The power cable.
Okay, so fine. Thank you for correcting me, but that's still troubleshooting. That doesn't always happen with consoles. It's less.
So I got a power cable and replaced it, and it worked. Eyes on my PC. And keep in mind, I'm not here to defend PC at all because I got my gripes with that shit too. But if my power supply dies in my PC, I just go to Best Buy, buy a new one, and pop it in. If your power supply dies in your console, you have to call Sony, get a box or a shipping label, ship it out to them, and wait for them to fix it and send it back to you. That's real convenient, isn't it?
Or that doesn't always happen though. And not only that, you got warranties. You got warranties in places where they just give you a fucking new.
You got warranties on power supplies too, but I find it easier to just go and buy one.
Yeah, but you have to open it up. You have to open it up. Then you have to take it out yourself.
Oh
I mean,
shit!
like,
I gotta unscrew two
It doesn't.
screws.
It doesn't
Thank
matter.
God.
It doesn't
Oh
matter
my
that you
God.
good with it.
like,
I'm talking about the
what's
general
convenient
public.
to you is not gonna be convenient to everybody else. Cause
That's
like,
the point.
No.
like,
This is a simple convenience, though. This is a simple convenience.
It doesn't
I
matter
have
though.
the convenience to not have to wait forever to what I bought.
And you're mentioning a worst case scenario where it's more frequent.
You're mentioning the worst case scenario. I haven't had to do anything to my PC in years. Literally.
Wasn't it last year we had that wire that you had, that issue? Wasn't that last year?
Yeah, but that's not doing so. I didn't even have to open it up. I changed the power cord.
Then I saw other people that had issues with their stuff. I mean, but
Yeah,
that's all. But that's
I
all.
saw
But that's all
other people
anecdotal.
that had issues with their console.
But that's all anecdotal.
anecdotal though. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all anecdotal. Like I said before.
Like everybody's gonna have like.
Like for me, I'll say this. I'll
different-
go back to the analogy that I said earlier. I have a PC, and I still use my phone. Yeah, I still use my phone to browse the web.
What kind of PC do you have?
Doesn't matter. That's irrelevant.
It does matter. But yeah, go ahead.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The PC's function is the PC's function. This is how shit is being run right now. This
You tell me
podcast.
you had a compact Presario, it would be the same as having a fucking 3090. You know,
We're not
64
talking
gigs
about
of RAM.
gaming. I'm talking about
No,
this
he's not talking about the game. He's
specific.
just talking
Bro,
about
this-
do you know how much RAM your computer uses just to browse one web page?
We're talking about
you have-
this
If
specific
you have 5
example.
gigs of RAM and you open like 7 web pages, that shit will crash your computer.
I
We're
don't
not
think you-
ta-
So
yeah, what
don't
He's
tell
not.
me
He's not,
that the
he's
computer
not
hardware
understanding what I'm
doesn't
saying.
matter.
He's not understanding what
Wait,
I'm
hold
saying.
on. Just let him explain to Ryan. Hold on.
Y'all lost me at it's more convenient to send your console out for 2 weeks.
I never said it was more convenient. I said it was barely a thing.
No, it's not more convenient.
I said it doesn't
He's
have
saying-
me.
he's just saying-
For my whole PS4 lifespan, I did nothing to it.
I've never had to send my PS4 out.
That's what I'm saying. But my point is, people will rather browse the web on their phone than to go onto their PC, regardless of what configuration you have. Everybody,
That's you, weirdo.
when you're not at home, when you're at work or whatever the case is, when you listen to
You're
these
not at home,
podcasts,
you're forced. You're forced
it doesn't
to
matter.
browse the internet.
It's convenient to have it. We're going to get a tablet then. Those things,
I really don't
all of those
understand the
things,
point
all
that
of
you're
those.
trying to make
My
right now.
point is that there's a
People just don't
time
want to deal with having
people don't want to
make
deal
a
with the
PC or
fucking
whatever.
PC. That's the point. That's there we
Yeah,
go.
that's-
However, all of y'all in here have PCs, but you're saying that you don't want to deal
I
with
don't
PCs
deal
that
with
you have.
PCs when it comes to gaming. I do
Yeah,
not have
but
shit
you're
about
talking
gaming.
about using your phone for generic use for web
It's
browsing.
still
You
a
wasn't even
P.
talking
It
about
still
it.
originated from the PC,
Right.
and you still have the functionality on the
have it,
PC. My whole point
Okay.
is
That's still
this:
get
there's a
consoles, though.
functionality for the PC to exist, and there's a functionality for the console to exist. There are
So let me ask
reasons
you a
why
question.
people actually buy consoles over PC. And what do you think that is, Sick Dave? What's that question?
Let me ask you a question real quick. Let me ask you a question. Have you seen all the people who've converted from consoles to PCs just over the last generation?
I have no information on that.
I haven't seen it.
First of all, Pablo, because here's looking at you, Pablo. Pablo
Wait,
was
about
a
me?
diehard. Pablo was a diehard Xbox. You know what I mean? He was
I'm not a
riding the
diehard
green
Xbox,
train.
bro.
He was on game consumer friendly. I can't believe how
Okay,
y'all
I was not saying all that, bro.
game. Yo, whoa, what?
Yeah, I was
All right. Anyway, because I'm really just trying to make a point. So he went from Xbox, then he became a fan of Stadia. I couldn't believe that. I was like, whoa, who is this nigga? Who is this nigga? And then all of a sudden, my man got a PC.
Oh man.
He did. He did.
Hey man, I can't play on everything.
But
So
he
I need to
gotta
let
give,
you
gotta
know
give
that
it to him.
Pablo
Gotta give it to
was
him.
not a PC nigga at all in any form of fashion or whatever. But the setup of last generation put him in the position to where he's not the only one.
Do you have statistical
Good
proof
point,
of this
good
though?
point.
Yo, Josh, right here. I got an article right here. PC gaming went up 19% from 2020, so it's like up 7.5 billion. And according to MPD, 40% of U.S. consumers played PC games last year, which is a 4% increase over 2019. So PC gaming is definitely growing bigger and bigger. And they're saying that it's probably going to be like 25% growth.
There's still millions of people that still play on
consoles are.
But there are more PCs than consoles in the world. There are more gaming PCs than consoles.
Oh yeah,
period.
that's true.
So let's not start with this whole.
No one's starting that though. We're not disputing that at all.
So you can already see more
consoles are doing a great job of phasing themselves out. That's what I'll say. They're doing a great job of phasing.
And that's an interesting topic that you bring up. I mean, that's an interesting. But let's segue into this. Jim Ryan, is he killing the PlayStation?
No, I think he's setting it up for inevitable. Think back to when Sean Layden, I think it was Sean Layden, but in one of those interviews, they were talking about not the Gaming Ghettos. When he was like, they're preparing for a console-less future.
He said that.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did say that. I remember that. It was
but
in an article.
The funny thing is, I'm glad that you said that too. I'm gonna double check on that shit, and when this video is done, I'm gonna put the links in the description, right? So I like to have that backing. But people are just blaming Jim Ryan for cancer. Apparently, cancer, COVID, AIDS, all sorts of shit.
Yeah,
when this was already in the making. Before Jim Ryan. That's what I'm not. That's why. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to have this dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Layton was already doing it. As a matter of fact, I even have a picture of Sean Layton liking on Twitter the fact that they said that this was going on when Sean Layton was there. But again, the optics.
What he liked? Wait, what was it?
Here's what Sean Layden said specifically, just so y'all can know. PlayStation Sean Layden offered his own insight into the future of gaming industry during an interview with Game Informer, and his take on the future of gaming is rather telling. I don't want to put too fine a point on this because it might upset some of the people I work with, but I think effectively, we're looking at a kind of post-console world where you can have high-quality gaming experience across a variety of technologies.
I remember that too, and this is before he got. This is before he quit.
Yep. Whatever happened.
or whatever he did. But that's what he said.
I mean, they probably wanted him to do what Jim Ryan is doing, and he probably wasn't fucking with it. I'm guessing.
No, it's not even. It's not even that. It's not even that though. These people are there for very long. We don't know what the situation is. We have no idea, and we can't even like jump the gun and say I believe this and that. We can't. What is known though is that he was already planning this shit out anyway. There's been little drips and drops all over the fucking place. That Sony was moving there. First of all, I said this shit before, and we already said it, six-sided and shit like that. This has been like they've been putting shit on PC. As a matter of fact, Sony was a publisher of PC gaming. EverQuest, PlanetSide, they've been on PC. You know what I'm saying? So this isn't new to them.
Nah, but I think they moving in a direction that's more geared towards if this shit don't work out, we got something to fall back on.
So you think day and date's coming soon? Basically, what Jim Ryan was saying?
Without a doubt. And then all of the people who said, well, as long as it ain't day and date, then, it ain't really a big issue to me.
So
those people could start saying, hold on, it's going to change. Watch. It's going to change from the whole day and date thing. Well, I mean, that was only one game. Now we know it's a problem. And the second game is going to go, then they can be like, hold on, wait up. 2 games went, but they old games. So now I think we need to really think about this. I think we need to really put this into perspective. And then they're just going to come down to the fact that they prefer to play on the console.
So Umar, you said that Jim is killing the console. Why do you insist on using that narrative repeatedly when we already gave you proof that was before him?
Man, this is amazing.
I think.
My question is: does anybody think in the chat on the panel that the PS5 will surpass the PS2 in sales?
No.
Nope.
I think so.
The game sales are going to go down as well, specifically on the PlayStation console.
Why you think that?
if they can never surpass the PS2 console sales, then they're gonna have to go get revenue somewhere else because
Exactly.
150 million was the most they ever sold on a console. So it's like they need those extra people. They're missing out. Last gen, they sold like what 116, 18 million,
I think so.
right? For the
Well,
PS4.
it's still going. Let's say they're going to stop at probably 123 million, and that's going to be it. Now, I will say this: there is a lot of
That's like
reasons as to
30.
why
It's like 30 million people you never got back from PS2 generation.
this is very true. But at the same time, the console has never dropped to $100. Don't forget the PS2 was 99.99 at one point, or for most of the generation. I mean, not most of the generation
Well,
for the tail end of it.
I think demand and the lack of next gen consoles is keeping the price higher. You know what I mean?
It's the hard drives and the
Because they
pieces
never
that's
had
in there.
their.
It's
Yeah,
all that
that's
shit
true.
in there. There's a lot of pieces in these consoles now that you just can't reduce the price to that level anymore.
Well, yeah, hard drives are like when you like even the NVMe's like those shits would be out of date like in fucking 3 years from now. You know what I mean? Like they'll have something else. Like technology as far as computer parts and shit like that goes is gonna evolve exponentially. You know what I mean?
What?
So I don't even think like the parts are even expensive.
No, but there's still
Like
a lot of
the
materials
PS4
to make
parts
these
were
shits.
made. Yeah, but like, well, how old is the PS4? It was introduced in 2013, right? So the
Yes.
parts are like 2012, 2011 old. So that's more than a decade ago, bro. Like,
Yeah, but they're
you know what
not
I mean?
using
Those
the
parts
same
aren't.
parts though. They get modified, they get shrunk, and the process of fabricating these chips and stuff like that makes the drives the
Bro,
price a
they
little.
have 3080s and laptops, bro. Like,
I'm not. No. But again, we could go. And
I'm just
again,
saying.
I'll put the link in this description as to how this works. In terms of that, I'll find it and I'll put it in there. But there's a lot more moving parts to these consoles than there were before. They can't ever have a $99 console anymore, ever. And that's one of the reasons why it got to where it is. I mean, regardless of what reasoning it is, I don't think financially they don't want to do that. I'm going to
I mean, they can
say.
price it whatever they want to price it. That's not the issue.
Nobody.
Most of the, hardware is most of the. So let's
Yeah,
not
no,
act like
yeah.
they're not used to losing money on selling consoles.
Oh, but yeah, but that doesn't mean that you want to lose money though anymore. That's the thing. Like,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
yeah.
Fuck all the business talk, man. I don't really care about the business of the console itself, regardless, because
Facts.
I don't really have shit to do with that. I have stock in Sony, but that's where it is. You know what I'm saying? So, as far as all of the trying to figure out what they're doing on a business level, that does nothing for me. Why? Because I'm a consumer. At the end of the day, I want you to provide great products to me. We had this conversation a little bit earlier. So once again, you don't need Sony's consoles to play multiplayer. Is
Nope.
that not a fact?
That's a fact.
So that means the thing that makes their console as enticing as it is their exclusive games. Would you agree?
Yep. Part of the
Okay.
reason.
Okay. So if I'm Sony and I'm putting the things that make my console what they are, I'm putting them elsewhere. Don't you think that makes it makes it look less valuable? Look, you know what? Let me take it a step farther.
If you're a
Do you
fanboy,
think
yeah.
Lamborghinis would be as valuable? I mean, you can say fanboy all you want, bro. That don't make a difference to me because y'all niggas sound stupid when y'all say that anyway. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
The reason why, because when you look at a person who likes a football team, do you say, "Oh, look at that fanboy of the Green Bay Packers"? You don't say that.
I do.
You say look at the fan. You say look at the Green Bay fan.
I do.
If
you live on the East Coast and you fuck what you do, if you fuck with people in Philly, they're the worst fanboys of the fucking Eagles I've ever seen in my life. They're ridiculous.
Let me tell you, the way that
derogatory.
you say that in a demeaning fashion.
I certainly do. It is
Yeah,
very
you
demeaning.
certainly do, and it doesn't make it any less true, no matter how you say it.
This is
The
very
simple
true.
fact of the matter is, you got people who they like certain teams, whether it be baseball, football, basketball, whatever the
Yeah,
case
the
may
same thing
be.
with consoles. Yeah.
It's the same thing with consoles. It's the same thing when it comes to designer clothes. It's the same thing when it comes to Lamborghini. Oh, look at that Lamborghini fanboy. That you see how stupid that sounds?
I mean,
that's exactly
we don't care.
That's exactly how stupid it sounds.
I mean,
that's for that car though. That's
no. Oh, that's because it's a car. Isn't a car a product?
But
is the PlayStation
again,
not a product?
You can have similes. Whether it is, I mean, if you are a hardcore fan of something for no reason, it doesn't matter what you call it.
So what is no reason? What is no reason? That's what I want to ask, because
you better ask them Xbox, because I mean,
no,
they're perfect. I don't know what the fuck they about that.
You're the one that's saying fanboy, so I want to keep it focused on you.
No. I'm saying for no. You asked me a question. You said fanboys for no reason. Why? You say no reason. I'm straight up saying that there is no reason to like the Xbox at this point.
Yeah, so I guess I'm not. I don't really care about the Xbox, so it don't really matter. But just like anything else, you got a Lamborghini, a person who has a Lamborghini, right? If everybody had access to buy Lamborghinis, would Lamborghinis be as valuable as they are? No, they wouldn't. The reason why they do hold this value is because there's only a few people who can even afford to drive these motherfuckers, who can even afford to take them off the lot unless they rent them. You know what I mean? And then, even then, that's stupid because you're paying thousands of dollars to rent a car you will never own. But regardless, it makes it valuable. People can start businesses based off the fact that they can't own a Lamborghini. So you got a person who can then start a company renting Lamborghinis. Why? Because they hold that value. Again, once you lose what makes you valuable, you are less valuable. And y'all niggas are going to keep saying, oh, well, Sony just needs to do this to get more revenue until the PlayStation loses its value. Then when Sony headed out the door and they like, oh, well, you know, we're going to still publish our games, but, you know, we're not going to make the hardware anymore. You're going to be like, well, you know, they made a lot of bad business decisions, but you were egging them on the entire way. You were telling them the whole time. You were making up excuses as to why they were doing it. You were telling people the business strategy behind why they were fucking themselves over.
Wait, hold on. Go on, you're talking about a future that we're not even like close to yet. Like we're not even at that point yet. We don't know like if they really gonna have it to where like, oh, this might be the last console. Like we just starting this shit out, and then they still got. I see what you're saying. Like, all right, like we got exclusives set out this year for the PS5 and shit. But like, okay, who knows if that's gonna be put on PC later? I still don't think that really hurt them unless they do day and date. Like, then I could see your point with the whole thing about the console being valuable. But I feel like you're thinking in the mindset of like we not the vocal like group like in this. Like they care about fucking the regular casual people that just go to GameStop to buy a game or two and shit for their kid or whatever. Like they don't care about us, like, to keep it a buck, like, you know.
People always say that they get pissed off at Sony. Oh, we've been their fans since PS1. It was always about money. It's just that they like a certain quality. And going back, wait. And going back to that Lamborghini, you're telling me that the only reason why it's expensive is because of the name. It's not because of the V12. It's not because of the ingenuity and there's no assembly line for those cars. It has nothing to do with that at all. It has nothing to do with those things.
Josh, you know there are precious stones that are like a million times more rare than diamonds that don't cost shit.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
Bro, we're not talking about stones here. We're talking about the amount of work to create that vehicle.
Time out.
We ain't talking about no stones.
You know what it takes? What are you talking about? Do you know what it takes to locate and find these stones? It takes geology. It takes heavy equipment. It takes mining. That costs way more than building a car.
It doesn't matter. We are talking about a vehicle that has to be from the blueprint. From the blueprint,
concept, bro, because the analogies is fucking me up.
Because all these machine parts are made in the same goddamn Chinese factory. Like, you know what I mean?
It doesn't.
Like, Accurate uses the same
the
parts.
only point that I was making out of all of this is the value of a console. Listen, I watched Sega die. Saw Sega die. I saw Sega try to appeal to a wider audience. Oh, yes, I did. I sure did. saw them fuck themselves completely out of the gaming industry and become a desolate publisher that ain't worth shit right now.
Okay, so that's where you come in at it from. Okay, I can understand it a bit more than.
Where did you think I was coming at it from?
No, I just thought you was upset about it, just to be upset about it. But since you brought up
Just
Sega,
upset about the exclusives going somewhere else. I'm looking at it from the perspective of they're making their product less valuable.
What does that value? What does that valuable mean to you? Like you say that making it less valuable. What do you? Can you go into that a little bit more? Less valuable? Are you talking about just because it's everywhere that it's less valuable, or the quality of that piece of software is diminishing?
Well, their products are, of course, the quality is going to diminish. I mean, because right now they're chasing the games.
Is going to diminish or have diminished?
Is going to diminish.
So wait, hold on. So if their game, so Days Gone is less of a game because it's going to PC, is that how you saying it?
He's talking about
PlayStation is less valuable because now I can get Days Gone on PC. I don't need a PlayStation. First of all, some of y'all really think that Sony's doing this to entice people to buy a PlayStation 5. That's not happening. It's not going to happen. They waited this long for these games, and Sony caved in and gave them these games. So what makes you think that these people are going to rush out and buy a PlayStation when they know
we don't even know? We are not on Sony's payroll at all. Nobody can claim that shit at all. At all.
If their whole MO this whole generation is for them just to bring the PS4 catalog to PC and not do day and day ever.
What makes you think that they're gonna stop at the PS4 catalog? I mean,
that's what I think. I don't know what they're gonna do. Like,
the only reason why it will be a delay when it comes to the PlayStation 5 shit is just how they're proposing they're gonna make their engines, and they need to make sure it can't be so title locked to the PlayStation console itself, because again we saw what happened with Horizon Zero Dawn. That game was so title locked with the PS4 that even if you had a beefy shit, you can't even port PS3 games properly, or not port them, but you can't even emulate PS3 games properly most of the time.
Yeah, you can. You can emulate. Bro, you can emulate PS3 games.
You can if you take the time for that specific. There's no one size fit all with that shit. That's like a 60% success rate, and then most of the exclusives that Sony has runs poorly. I've searched for this shit because I want to put it on a PC. It doesn't work properly unless you have a simpler game. You theoretically you could if you put in the work, but I mean you're looking for a one size fit all. But be that as it may, if the quality doesn't go, okay, let me ask you this: if the quality doesn't go down, right? They still give you these bangers. Does it matter to you that it's on the PC, PS5?
I think that's even worse. I think that makes it even worse. If the games are actually, if these PS5 games come to PC and them shits work exactly as fucking promised, that's even worse for fucking PS5, because that means that whatever makes the PS5 special, it's not special anymore.
How much would it? How much would you? How much? The whole world is gonna like.
And it's not. How much do you think that PC would cost to emulate the PlayStation 5? How much you think it's going to cost?
Why do you guys think that there needs to be some expensive things?
No. Can you just answer? Jemiah, just answer the question. How much you think that PC is going to be?
$1,200. I don't know, like something like that. Like,
you think everybody got $1,200?
Well, everybody had enough money to buy a PS5 and then buy a 4K TV that could do 120 hertz. I'm sure they got.
Why do we care about people who are broke? I don't care about people who are broke.
The companies care about the people that's broke. That's why they ain't like on this fucking console. They care about it.
That's why they're advertising their games to people who clearly aren't broke, who bought PCs.
But they are not promising you guys everything day and day. They did say that shit from the beginning. Yeah, whether they're doing it in the back end, if they're doing it in the back end, that's okay, whatever. But they haven't enticed me to do that shit, to buy a PC.
Yo, check this out. I have a question for you, Pablo and Johnson. Y'all niggas so pro Sony. Okay, did you ever think there would be a day when PlayStation exclusives will be going to PC?
Nope.
At all. Was there ever? Before Horizon went to PC, I said that should have never happened. and that shit happened. So I don't know what to tell you.
I ain't never say
think
it
it
wasn't
will
gonna
happen,
happen.
but, I mean,
That's
look,
on
And
you,
right now,
fucking
what
did.
they're doing is they're conditioning these dudes to accept it.
dudes.
So you
And
can never
I'm
say,
not a part
and
of
you
then
this.
never
Stuff.
say
I'm not a
long day,
part of
bad
this
day.
shit.
not only that, they have accepted it, and then they've created some sort of rationale around it, saying, "Oh, well, that's more revenue coming in for Sony." Like, okay, so now what does that mean?
The
For
revenue,
the
again,
PlayStation
the
brand?
revenue
I mean,
has
you
ties to
told us to take
games.
the business thing out of it though, so we taking the business thing out of it. Like in reality, I really
It's
don't.
a lot
give
of
fuck
it's a lot of
if they
assumptions
bring
with
the
that
games
shit
over.
too. Again,
I'm-
if they
I'm-
keep the
what I'm-
quality, as they are, right? We're not talking about if, then, or whatever the case is. Like the worst case scenario, if the games come out and they're really good games, again, I'm not going to buy a PC. I'm just not a PC person. Just period. It doesn't matter. I'll keep my console and keep it moving for my
Don't you
own
have a PC?
specific reasons. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm just going to keep the console.
I mean, okay, so if it really doesn't matter, and I gotta ask this question: if it really doesn't matter what happens along the way, then why even have the conversation about what if? If it doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter to you either way. I mean, even
for
if
me
holidays-
personally,
even if holidays-
Thing to talk about, though,
this is like
yeah.
what you told me on the Roundtable podcast. Why are you in a gaming podcast if it doesn't matter? If it doesn't matter to you, again, this is just creating subjects. What I want to talk about is the Japan closure. That's what I want to talk about.
Wait, is that real? Because I seen some shit, but you know, niggas be making
Yeah,
up.
I was-
No,
articles and-
it's
I was
real.
asking him the
It's
same thing,
real,
too.
and I'm actually going to go into that before we move on to the next subject. Because Ken, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, nigga, you been quiet.
Yo, he didn't want to say that. He's like, this is a podcast, man. I don't gotta do
I
shit.
got
This
nothing
nigga
to
scared to
say.
talk.
Bro, I got nothing to say about this shit.
Hey, bro, this how the energy
Yo,
is,
Ken,
man.
you
We always going back and forth, you know. That's how
Yeah,
it is.
Ken got a PC for sure.
That's all good.
He got a PC.
My thing is, Joshua, is everybody's gonna have a PC or a console. You know what I mean? Or probably both. And my biggest issue is, besides going, when you say a console is future, that doesn't mean PC. That means fucking Stadia type shit. That's my biggest issue.
Wait, say that again. My bad.
When you start putting these PS5 games through a Stadia type of service, like PS Now, whatever, and then you're running that shit on an E machine, and it runs fine, that's a problem. You know what I mean?
Why would it be a problem? Why would it be a problem?
Problem for
Wait, is that the future? You think they might?
It doesn't-
go in
because
that-
then there's no if games start running at like fucking 4K 120 on this through your landline, through your
Like I
internet,
said,
you don't need a 3090. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Like,
that would be crazy
you
if it worked.
you start to destroy the entire industry on itself. Like online only gaming through a service is gonna destroy gaming. You have no more need for PCs. You have
You
no
mean
more
like
need for
streaming? You
consoles.
mean like
All you need is a
Stadia
fucking
shit? You
controller.
mean like Stadia
Yeah.
shit, right? For
That's
one,
the future they really
for
want,
one, they
you know what I
can't.
mean?
For one, there's a lot of reasons as to why they don't want that shit like that. I will say this though.
Why not?
I will
They
say
don't have to
this.
make any fucking hardware.
Working for a cable company and knowing the innards of that shit. Because there was a lot of customers, everybody's moving to 5G, right? And they don't understand that how unstable that fucking wavelength is to make that shit work. And that's number one. You cannot make that shit work. And again, most of the United States, and Ken knows this very well, not everybody has broadband. Not everybody has broadband. You got the edges of the fucking country that has
Why you gotta
broadband,
throw
and
my shit out there
anybody.
like that,
I'm
bro?
sorry, my bad. You got the edges of the country that has shitty fucking internet. Usually, there's places on the beach. And we got all these statistics working for a cable
Josh,
company.
I get that, but think
That
about
ain't
this,
happening.
Josh. The amount of people who actually play games versus the amount of people in the world, you know what I mean? They only need a small portion of people to be able to play these games online. They don't need everybody to be able to do that shit. They just need enough. You know what I mean?
I'm just going to tell you right now, it ain't
Eventually-
possible.
But yeah, in 10 years though, that should be
In
fine.
10
Like,
years,
the
that's-
internet will be fine.
Nah,
Yeah, we'll see how that shit turns out.
I'm just letting you know.
This is a
This
long
ain't-
game, Josh. This is not a short. This
I'm
is not
sure.
a
I'm sure
generational
it's a
game.
long game. And again, we'll be dinosaurs. Just like I speak to all these old ass raggedy, about to expire customers. Talk about some. I want to watch my Fox News. How come you guys are
I'll
raising
tell-
the prices? Listen,
Josh, I was gaming before there ever was a PlayStation. Like I was playing games on consoles
I totally
before
get you.
PlayStation ever existed.
I get you.
And now their games are going to PC in my lifetime. You know what I mean? Like I'm just saying, like shit changes.
But
bro.
I,
Like,
but I
it shouldn't
again,
always-
and I get it. But shit changes because it wasn't like okay, so it wasn't like really a technology based thing, and it wasn't like laws and regulations that prevent you from doing certain things either. There's laws for laying down fucking fiber optics in certain areas that you can't do. There's a whole bunch of other slew of things that it just won't work. It just won't work. Not
I
right
get
now.
that, but
Maybe in the next 20
who
years,
knows?
possibly.
In 10 years, they can figure out a whole different way to transmit
Are
data.
you?
We don't
Is
know
your
this.
old
Like, you can do
arthritic?
quantum
Is
entanglement.
your old arthritic hands going to be playing some fucking PC?
Josh?
Yup.
They're all.
He said, "Yup."
Yeah.
Nigga, your shit gonna be
Nigga, I'm gonna
broke.
have one of
Wait,
those-
you can
I'ma
use a
have an
controller
Elon
though.
Musk-
On,
Nah, I'm gonna have a Tesla mind chip, nigga. I'm not gonna use my hands,
Oh,
nigga.
no,
Like, what you
don't
talking
give
about?
him no
Yeah.
more
Oh,
money.
Oh, this nigga said a Tesla mind chip. I'd be damned if they stick anything in my head.
Absolutely
this
not.
nigga want a tip in his head.
This
I'm
nigga
gonna
said,
go
"Please."
Cyberpunk
This
shit,
nigga
nigga.
said, "Please." You go,
He ready.
yo,
He
you
ready.
gonna have that Johnny shit in your brain, yo. You gonna be fucked up, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna build my cyberpunk shit, nigga.
You gonna have that Johnny Silverhand shit all up in your fucking
I
shit.
sent y'all that article, by the way. Yo, so you was right.
What? Who?
But
But as
they.
far,
Oh, go ahead. Go
Who?
ahead.
no, I'm saying as far as Japan studios closing, let's not pretend that people actually like the games they made. Like maybe a small niche of people, but let's not pretend like they're
This-
not
I
like
was saying, what games
Uncharted
did
and
they
shit.
make?
Oh yeah, that's what we're gonna get into. Wait, before we go on, Pablo, what article was this?
Yeah, I'll be back. I
No, it was
use
for
it.
the Japan studio. It wasn't really a closer, but it seemed like they sending them off to like Team Asobi to help them build on the popularity of Astro Playroom, and they're gonna send them.
Oh,
to
you
be
talking about that? Yeah,
con-
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
yeah,
say this.
so-
I'm gonna break this up. I went over this a couple of times in my head and with some other people as to what it meant. Right? Essentially, they just weren't making enough money, or they weren't profitable enough. Meaning that if they did make a profit, it was probably breaking even or very little profit as it was. Right?
I'm
Cool.
looking up what games they made because
That's
Did-
number
did
one.
they
That's
do,
number one. But let me
Bloodborne?
get into this. Right? No, they didn't do Bloodborne. They just.
Oh,
no.
I keep mixing them up with fucking From Software.
No, they
Nah,
didn't.
they
do it.
helped.
It was a
with
collaboration.
Oh,
Yeah,
they helped.
They
Yeah,
helped
alright,
me.
my bad.
They helped meaning that when From Software couldn't be there to manage that shit, that's the only thing that they fucking really did like that.
Oh.
Like it was like if you look at the what do you call it, the developers and who did what, man, they didn't really put too much into it. But they said that they're going to leave a skeleton crew to be the bridge between the team Asobi that does Astro's Playroom and the California office. That they're going to be there. I don't know if they're going to get rid of the name Japan Studios or whatever, but it's going to be a small skeleton crew for that one. Anybody that wanted to be like they were developers for that shit, and if they're not redundancy, then they're going to put them over to Team Asobi.
Look,
I mean,
bro.
think about that. With all those PlayStation 4 games going to PC, you know, they couldn't keep enough money to keep Sony Japan rolling. Oof, man.
Nobody, bro.
Look, I'll say this about them because like damn that kind of sucks because I really like Last Guardian and like Shadow of the Colossus and shit, but I
I
mean
think
like
all
those
the major people though, they left already.
They've been going. It's the same situation like Rare. So most people that are complaining are nostalgic. You know, a lot
But
of those
how
people...
can they be nostalgic when these games, like I said, these games didn't sell? Like,
No. I
So,
mean
Fumito-
a loud minority. The loud
Fumito
minority.
left right already the studio.
He left like
Like,
in
he-
2013, 14 or some shit like that. Like, it was a
Famitsu
long-
Ueda left a while ago.
Let me tell you,
Oh,
if Sony
Goddamn.
wants to make a lot of money off of their games, all they got to do is create some shell companies for Metacritic money. Yeah. That's all they got to do.
Oh my god.
Just create like 18 to 20 shell companies that just say all of their games are fucking bangers, right? And once that Metacritic go green, the niggas on the internet go wow. They say, "Ooh,
I
this
told
game
you.
gotta be a
I
banger."
told you.
Look at what it says on Metacritic.
does have a big
then they'll-
influence
Then,
on
then
sales.
they'll go and spend money. They'll go and spend money because those 50 people that judged the game said it was okay to go buy it. Let me tell you, these PlayStation niggas, boy, I'm sorry, man.
It's on
I'm a
every game,
hybrid
bro.
now, bro. I can't even call myself a
bro,
It
PlayStation
depends.
no more.
I'm gonna sit there and say that it's
Cause
across
that
the
shit didn't work
board.
on the medium,
Fanboys
bro.
in
You saw
general.
that they was doing all that shit with what's that, the accolades trailer? You know how they do the accolades trailer for those games, talking about oh this shit was amazing, nigga. Like that shit don't work for every game.
What? I
No,
mean,
no, 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 no.
it worked
The
for
difference.
Cyberpunk.
No. Check this out. Check this out. The difference between Sony's games and those games is Sony's games are actually good.
Yeah.
They're actually
And also-
good, but the niggas have already they get together on Metacritic to make sure that them shits do not score high. God
My
damn
thing
it.
is though, when it comes to Xbox games, like all their games go to Game Pass, so why does it even matter what the score is or anything? You know what I mean? You pop that shit in, you try it out, you fucking delete it. Like if you don't like it, like
Because people only want to play what they think are bangers.
No, what somebody tells them that are bangers. But I'm gonna go
You know
back.
what? You know what? That's also interesting too, man. Because that whole mentality about only playing games that are AAA bangers that everybody else says is a AAA banger. I kind of feel like that kind of goes into this whole thing that happened with the state of play. But I know we'll get into that later.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this about the Japan studio situation, right? I'm gonna keep this shit moving. I said this on my own tiny little fucking channel. What was the last game you guys played from that they actually made it, not collaborated? What was the last game you played from Japan Studios?
I think is Gravity Rush from them?
Yeah.
I have Gravity Rush.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gravity Rush.
I played that, but I
never
couldn't
played that shit.
I couldn't really get into it. But I'm a
That was in 2017. And the game
Yeah,
prior,
played-
and the game
I
prior,
bought part 1 and 2 on the sale. Yeah.
and the game prior, right? Was The Last Guardian, which, by the way, took almost 10 years to fucking release.
Because that shit got shelved.
It got shelved because of Fumito Ueda did not want to move that shit over from the PS3 to the PS4. And Sony was not having it at the time. Back in the day, they would have, but no one wanted another PS3 situation. And they was like, yo, it's more popular. And it fucked up Gran Turismo, too. Gran Turismo 6 was released at the tail end of the PS3, and it stifled the fucking sales. And they wanted that game that was already niche to be on the PS4. So they had to redo everything, and once that happened, he was out. He made his own company, which was Gen Studios, which actually, The Last Guardian isn't really Japan Studios. It's Gen Design is who it is. He went over there. He helped them because he was contracted to help them. Not because he wanted to, but he was contracted, and he was done with it.
To get contracted was because he wanted to. You don't have to do contract work.
Yeah, he probably wanted to see his vision for.
Yeah, he probably. I mean, you know what I mean. He probably wanted to complete it. And you're right. That's thank you for correcting me for that one. Now, if you take,
It's a number of things, man, that really just, like I said, man. Look, I know Sony's doing great, right? Like, there's no doubt in that. I do also know that they want to open their games up to a wider audience, but I also know that, and let me not say that I know this, but I can foresee it. I feel like these companies are just tired of making hardware. I think that's really the major thing, because with every hardware launch, you have to rethink everything that you've ever done.
could be. I mean, they could really low key make a PC into a little box and keep it moving. You know what I mean, with a different operating system and just be done with it. You know,
Yeah, because that worked out super well for Steam.
I mean, he got a point.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, but
everybody has tried that. Nobody likes that shit.
Steam jumped in an already crowded situation. So I mean, Sony, if anybody,
Nvidia has their own box that nobody wants. Like nobody, PC niggas do not like shit
because
like that.
people
Yeah, like
because people they know Nvidia for doing what they do, right? They know Sony if Sony didn't tell you that they were going to do all this other revisions or whatever the case is, or whatever it is that Mark Sony did, and just put out there, I mean, it wouldn't matter to us as long as the games look the way that they look.
I mean, how many more years do Mark Cerny have in him to be doing this shit, though?
yeah. I mean,
Eventually,
they
Also,
did. They did
Six,
release
you
a
know, you
patent
probably
of
know. Right now, there's a worldwide semiconductor shortage right now.
mhm.
So from everybody who make missiles to goddamn fucking toasters, everybody fighting over these semiconductors. So like, I foresee the PS5 being like, it probably the PS5 probably won't hit any high numbers because of shortage of parts. You know what I mean? Like you got to think about that shit. They're gonna have to put their game somewhere else or get more revenue streams and from the PC, the PS4 to PC sales.
I said
So
that. I
that could
said
also be another reason.
I said that the PlayStation 5 is going to sell a lot less games than the PlayStation 4.
we'll see.
Even though, now this is one thing y'all got to keep in mind. You talk about the semiconductor shortage and all of that good shit, and hey, look, I'm on your side with that. I feel you. The problem is they've sold more PS5s than they did when they launched the PS4. So that's kind of an excuse at this point.
Well, I
And-
think that no, I think that when they originally made them before the COVID shit, they were they had this they had the supply in the beginning,
Yeah, it
but
slowed
now
down.
over the next
It slowed
over
down.
the next couple of years, it's gonna be really. They said it takes about 10 years to build a factory that can even produce semiconductors. So it's gonna be a long time before if this COVID shit persists,
Yeah.
if we can ever get back to
Well,
normal
you can
production.
kind of,
know what I mean?
you can kind of repurpose certain shit if you really needed to. They did that shit with the wars, a couple of wars where they had like factories and they changed it into
Well, yeah.
whatever.
Even
case
Joe
is. So you
Biden just
can-
had a meeting about that shit the other day because it shit's becoming a real serious issue. Especially niggas want to drop bombs every weekend.
Listen, nope, we're not doing that. Anyway, going back to
Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys a question real quick. So with this whole thing, right, about Japan studio quote unquote restructuring, right? So where they're putting their talent, most of their talent in the layoffs or whatever, and putting the talent into Asobi Studios. They already also confirmed that they were going to keep the like, I don't know what you would call it, like the outsourcing part of Japan Studio, where they do collaborative work with third party and second party studios. What do you guys expect from? I mean, I don't know if we would still call it Japan Studio, but Asobi Studio, whatever. Like, what do you guys expect from that in the future, like going forward?
Honestly, that's kind of a hard question because I've never expected anything from Japan Studio. I just seen their name pop up every now and again. Maybe, honestly, maybe this was the best thing for them moving forward. I mean, if they didn't have any projects in the pipeline and shit like that, so it really doesn't seem like something that really bothers me at all. But then again, the people who were like super huge fans of the Gravity Rush, of the different projects that they worked on, I can only think of Gravity Rush. What did they do? Ico? No, that was Team
no,
Ico.
that's Team Michael.
That's Team Ico that did that.
Yep,
What about the Shadow of the Colossus? They didn't work
Team
on that?
Michael.
That was Team Michael too.
Yep.
Well, okay, so I don't know
It's
what
so similar, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the
Ico Shadow of the Colossus and The Last Guardian was made from Team Ico, and that was the end of it.
Yeah, Japan Studio was just sitting back getting a check.
That's what
And
they
then
were
someone was
basically
like,
doing. And you want to know? I'm gonna read something to you guys because
they
back
helped
in
them.
2014, Yoshida
Yeah.
had an article, and they actually gutted Santa Monica Studios. I put the shit on Twitter, but they gutted Santa Monica Studios because of the performance of the God of War game. Okay, so
wait, back up. They gutted it because of the performance of the new God of War? Or you
no,
talking
not
about
no,
God of War
Ascension.
Okay. Yeah.
Not this one. No, hell no. But this is what he ended up saying. This is what Yoshida said. He says the way that the games were developed at the Sony Japan studios was different than in the West. According to Yoshida, games made in Japan were kind of driven by grassroots and bottom top, with people making what they wanted to make without much strategic direction or huge ambitions. Of course, there are some creators who are ambitious, like Yamauchi, which is the Gran Turismo dude, or Fumito Ueda. Those people have clear vision. He says Yoshida wasn't saying that all the other Sony developers in Japan were devoid of drive. Rather, it appeared that many of the developers were making what they wanted to make without thinking whether or not anyone would want to play their games. And that was the problem with that studio. And you could clearly tell they got somebody from Santa Monica Studios when the whole fallout of The Last Guardian was happening to try to see what's going on because he's half Japanese. He goes over there and they had 60 fucking titles in development, little ones. No one had any kind of direction. You can't do that in any fucking company. No company on earth wants to just waste money. Whether they have it or not, they don't want to waste it. And that's why shit didn't get done. It was like no management whatsoever. Then there's people that say that Sony doesn't advertise the game. Oh, Gravity Rush would have been hit. They put out a demo. Nobody fucking liked the game. A small amount of people liked the fucking game. Not only that, you have a certain amount of budget to advertise these games. And they're not going to advertise it for a little fucking AA game. They're not going to do that. Period.
You know what, Josh? After reading that article, I kind of feel like what they're doing now with Japan Studio kind of it puts it more into perspective, I think, a little bit, because when you look at some of Sony's other studios, like Santa Monica, Naughty Dog, whatever,
right,
Insomniac, every single one of those studios, they have a vision, they have a direction for what they're trying to do, and the fact that Yoshida confirmed that, whatever, back in whatever year it was, 2014.
Mm-hmm.
And if you read the newest information about them restructuring Japan Studio, that's one of the things that they mention. Restructuring it, putting all of the talent into the Asobi Studio so they can have a vision for what Japan Studio or whatever you want to call it will do going forward.
Well, I'll say this: Asobi Studios, they were very smart. They stuck to something to where they wouldn't get fired. Somebody needed to make content for the VR. So they did that at first. And then they also did something where it basically advertised other products for Sony within this pack-in called Astro's Playroom. It does a lot. I mean, again, if something they could put different concepts. If you played the game, you could see Astro is some sort of androgynous robot, right? You could put a wig on him, he becomes a female. You could put a coat on him, he could become a male. You just animate him differently, essentially. And what I mean by that shit is it could become any game, too. It could become a third-person shooter. They had him actually using a Gatling gun or an arrow. You know what I'm saying? It could become an adventure game or a platformer or whatever the case is. They set this game up so that they have almost an infinite it'll be a parody of that particular genre, but still. And if they have a good idea, which is what the actual developer or the producer of Asobi Studios, he was basically stating, like, he was like, this is a good platform for us to kind of test things out. And if those things that we test out becomes an idea in itself, then we can take it to Sony and get it greenlit as a different game. So they're just playing it safe, and they have a clear vision as to what they want to do. There was 400 people in Japan Studios. That was the largest studio of everything that Sony had. Everybody had like 200, 150-ish. 400 fucking people, not including Polyphony Digital. And they all, like Six said, sat down and collected a paycheck the whole time. Pretend like they were fucking working for fucking a decade, essentially.
You know what, man?
I think that also. Oh, go ahead.
No, you can go ahead, man.
No, so I think that also plays into the fact that what Jim Ryan said, when he said like these games cost a lot of money to make. You know what I mean? And so basically, what he's trying to say is we're not gonna go out there and then make a big ass AAA game and not get money, revenue in the back end either. You know what I mean? So
right.
You can't make a $300 million game and then not collect every cent you can possibly get from that shit.
And then some.
You know what I mean?
And then some. All the cents and then double. The objective is to double the fuck you spent. That's the objective. You know what I'm saying?
Part of me feels like, it kind of sucks that they did it this way. Because I mean, and I know, whenever you mention this, people are gonna say, like, what was the last game that they made or whatever, right? Gravity Rush back in 2017 or whatever the case, right? But there's still people who enjoyed the games that Japan Studio did make whenever they did make them. So from that perspective, I feel like it sucks a little bit. It's a little disappointing to hear this information. But on the flip side, I almost feel like it's probably better for them. You know what I'm saying? And one of the reasons, and you kind of mentioned it a second ago, Josh, about the fact that uh, Astrobot in itself is such a malleable character. It can be very like I guess you can say, I don't know if I would say profitable, but like it would bring like a face to PlayStation. You know what I'm saying?
He is like a legit mascot for real, for real.
Yeah,
like, now you look
think
at
about
it,
it.
he's a mascot from now.
Yeah, think about it. Think about it. Like when you look at Nintendo, right? What do you think of when somebody says Nintendo? What do you think of?
Mario instantly.
You think of Mario. When somebody says mentions Xbox,
Halo.
Who do you think of?
Master Chief.
Master Chief or Halo.
I don't think so.
I'm just.
You always gotta be that. Why you always gotta be that guy? I'm tired of you.
This nigga said Sea of Thieves.
Xbox have claimed that Gears is better than Halo, so you can't really say that Halo's the definitive mascot for Xbox anymore. Like,
I don't give a damn.
Okay, well let me ask you this. So when somebody says PlayStation, who do you think of?
Like,
God of
I
War.
think about,
Right
I
now, I
would say
think
like
God of
Crash
War.
Bandicoot would be like the first thing that comes to mind, like
Hell
old
no,
school
this nigga said Crash
PlayStation.
Bandicoot.
Nigga, you
Sit your
old.
young ass up. Fuck? Like, you started playing last weekend on PS3, nigga. Don't mean shit.
Yeah.
I'm playing on OG, nigga. Parappa the Rapper, nigga. Shut your ass
I
up.
play
bro.
that shit too, bro.
So-
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, what on emulation, nigga? Like, what I'm saying is,
Yo,
when
was
you
that
think
shit
of
on PS2? I think I played
Crash
it on PS2. I
Bandicoot
don't know.
probably was their biggest like iconic mascot. You know what I mean?
They lost that
Like
shit.
now, I
so-
would think of like
Okay.
Uncharted, or maybe like
Yeah.
a Last of Us. I wouldn't think of us like a
I would
cartoony
think of
mascot.
Yeah,
God
that's
of
the-
War. I would think of
and
God
that's
of
the-
War. Kratos. That's what I would think
And
of.
that's the thing about PlayStation. Like, you got a mascot for each era and shit. You know what I mean? Like PS1, Crash Bandicoot.
They're trying not to
don't-
do that shit.
I don't know
though.
about
Like I
PS2. Maybe
will. I will say this. Like
What
I
do you
said.
think, Sick?
Yeah.
Huh?
What do you think about like we think about Sony's mascots? I think of Crash Bandicoot because that's how I was first introduced to PS1 and shit. And nigga went on
PS2.
commercials talking shit to Sega and shit. Like I'm old school like that. You know what I mean?
When I think about PlayStation, I just think about greatness, bro. I don't put all of the eggs into one basket of a character, right? Like they've showed that they're diverse. You know what I mean? Like there's plenty of characters that could be their mascot, but they don't really need a mascot. They just need to keep making great games. I know that's the politically correct answer, but I mean that's all I got.
No, I think like, I like his question, but I think like mascots are antiquated, and that's why Nintendo still has like that Mario, because Mario dominates Nintendo no matter what, like even more than Zelda.
Well, now Animal Crossing
Metroid.
does. Animal Crossing is whooping Mario's
Animal
ass.
Crossing.
Nah, they just put a Super Mario pack in the fucking Animal Crossing. You can buy the shells and shit. You can be Luigi.
No, I
you
get. I'm
can,
talking about pure. I'm talking about for sheer sales for that specific console. That shit is outrageous.
But everybody knows Mario though. Like
Yeah,
nobody's
yeah,
like
yeah, nobody's.
yeah.
I don't know what character is Tom Nook, Uncle Tom. What was it? What the
Like
fuck is this?
Sega, Sonic will forever be known for Sega. You know what I mean? No matter where it goes,
Yeah.
it'll always be Sega first in your mind.
I feel like it takes away creativity to just put one character as a mascot.
This is true.
I feel like you're stuck in that box at that point. I mean, when people think about the Xbox, they're always asking, when is the next Halo? When is the next Gears? When is the next Forza? To the point where they really don't care about anything except for those titles. And even those titles, they don't really care about those because they refuse to buy it.
Right.
With Nintendo, it's just like all Nintendo stuff is going to sell well. All their proprietary stuff is going to sell well. But when you throw other like third-party games on there, niggas ain't picking that shit up on the Switch, bro. It's just not happening.
Well, I'll say
But
this.
it's
This
portable.
is why they have not Sackboy. They have Astrobot because he could become all of those different things. Kratos, Sackboy, Aloy. For what?
Tell me this, Josh. What would be the benefit of them making Astrobot the main character?
Not for us. It's more along the lines of like mass appeal. You know what
But
I'm
they
saying?
already have Mass Appeal. They're like the most recognized brand in
They
video
want
games.
more. What is
More,
any
like,
what is
more
what is
than
what does any
I
company
think
want? They want
Sackboy would be a bigger mascot than The Astro Bomb.
They fucked that shit. They fucked that shit up. I'm just saying.
You know, can you listen to me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My internet, yeah.
Wait, so what's the?
You
what's
got
the-
Comcast in the UK, nigga?
No, we don't have Comcast, man. Oh, he had. So I don't know what the fuck he has. Some
He had like
Yeah,
Sky
my-
or some shit, right?
No, he got bummed.
Yo, my internet completely just went down. Like that shit is completely
Nigga,
down.
that's
Right
guy. That's Dan.
That's Dan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Dan.
not-
Dan is sitting up there in the corner, yo. What you doing?
I'm saying, nigga, he's in the UK,
Yeah,
right?
what's good?
What?
UK, bro.
What's good, man?
What?
I think for the sake of being creative, I think they need to stick with not having a mascot.
I think it's like what would the point be? Not for us necessarily, but for that studio. For that studio, it
people-
would help them out.
The people themselves make a mascot. It's not really like they don't try to like force it or whatever. Like, you know, they just let the people say like who the mascot is.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, Nintendo definitely makes Mario the mascot.
No, they do. He's a front.
Yeah, they definitely
he's
do.
front
They
and center.
definitely force it. I mean, nigga, look, they dropped like 50 Mario games, fucking in the last couple of months and shit.
Nigga, they dropping all Wii games, nigga. They dropping
Like, niggas doing Mario
going through the
Battle
whole Wii
Royales and
catalog.
shit. Like, what the
Yo,
fuck?
they revamping that whole Wii catalog, nigga. They
Bro,
fucking
they're not
entire
even.
L, nigga.
They're not even trying to
Yo,
clean
niggas
it
making
up,
a
yo.
Mario golf game, bro.
They're
Like,
not even
come
trying
on,
to
man.
clean that shit up, yo. They was just like, here.
Oh man, that shit look kind of fun though. I'll probably
Nah, they cleaning it up, dog. They cleaning up the L. I ain't talking about
Oh,
the game.
you shut up, shut up.
Yo,
Yo, that
the
is
the Wii U, nigga, that shit was a whole L. They giving you every Wii U game that you never bought.
That is all those games are leftovers. If you black and you live in America, you know what your mom used to do. all them scraps, she's gathering that shit up and frying it and making Scrabble.
Nah, nigga. Wait, that's what your mom used to do, nigga? She used to feed you trash, nigga? Like,
Nigga, we were poor as shit, yo. We were poor as shit.
I don't know.
She would she would. Well, no. Pablo's not even black. Pablo's not even black. So get your ass out
My
of here.
mom, wait, hold up. My mom, she was like,
No. You're not a nigga.
She would refry the rice.
Hold on. First off, nigga, I am black. Didn't grow up in the most prosperous household, nigga, but we never ate scraps, nigga. Like, they didn't put together scraps and refry it.
My mom, yo, I told you I was poor. You ate a banana, yo? Give me that fucking skin, yo, so I can make some plantains and shit like that, yo. Everything.
That's OD. That's OD.
What?
Yo, give me the peelings, yo. I'll make some plantains and shit.
So I can make some plátanos for your ass, bro. Nah. He was built different. No wonder he mad brolic.
Yo, Ken, you put this nigga Josh, bro?
Yo.
What's up? What happened?
Oh, no,
You grew up with Josh eating scraps and shit?
Yo, this nigga.
Nah, bro.
Bro, y'all didn't do. Wait. Stop the podcast. Hold up. When y'all had ketchup, that was on its way out.
Oh my God,
Just the residue of the ketchup. Your mom didn't put no water in that shit and shook it the fuck up?
No!
All right, dude.
Nigga,
All
we
right.
did not put water in ketchup bottles.
Bro, you sound like you grew up in the forest, nigga. Like this man. What's that game called? Fucking
Oh, shit.
Oh, it was literally called the forest. Yeah, like niggas was like fucking making like camps and shit.
Bro, I was in a fucking survival game, yo. My whole fucking adolescence. Niggas was picking up all sorts of shit.
Yo, I believe this nigga wholeheartedly, dog. That's the first time I've ever heard some shit like that, dog. Now, hold on. Now, we done had, like, the mayonnaise sandwiches, right? The fried bologna and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Nigga, I'll even give you the sugar water, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
But, nigga.
Yo, got the syrup sandwiches. Is the
Sugar
shit, though,
water.
nigga.
Yo, the syrup sandwiches,
That
too.
was your dessert.
All of that.
Butter and syrup, yo. And put that shit on some toast.
That syrup sandwich, nigga.
Bro, I was eating those fucking butter rolls you get from the deli for 50 cents.
I would come to school every day in elementary with some ashy ass lips. I was so malnourished, motherfucker, yo.
See, whoa.
Bro, I was.
Yo, hey, check this shit out, though. Am I the only one that enjoyed the fuck out of school food, dog? Like,
I
school
did, yo.
lunch?
That pizza, yo. That pizza.
People thought it was the most trash
Yo.
shit.
Those square pieces, nigga, used to go down.
with the little pieces of sausage.
Yo, every
Fuck outta
Friday,
here.
every Friday, yo, every Friday,
bro.
every Friday,
Bro.
yo. I
And the
couldn't
mac
wait.
and cheese too. That shit was hairy. That was.
Oh
Bro,
man,
the
yo.
burritos them niggas used to have. Like, fuck me, dog.
I never had burritos in my.
I
Nigga,
didn't
the little
remember.
things of peaches, nigga. Like, they used to have the little.
Somebody
you had-
in the little plastic and shit.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that's-
Like low
Nigga, the
key,
Mexican
yo.
pizza was
Yeah.
on one, nigga. Like, y'all niggas don't
Low-key.
understand that because I don't know what they feeding y'all niggas now. in school.
No, low key, yo. They made sure you have all the
You got that
essentials,
new
yo.
healthy initiative shit, right?
Man, they ain't
I'm
healthy.
done.
Yo,
That
niggas
shit was
getting fed.
definitely not healthy, bro.
Nah, it's
Niggas
not
getting fed vegetables nowadays, nigga. We used to
Niggas-
have those little
wow.
ices, nigga, the Minute Maid ices that you push up. Nigga, fuck out of here.
Yo, but you know what though?
Them niggas
You know what though?
that-
Yo, all these young kids are allergic to every motherfucking thing, man. Like you can't put peanut butter, nothing. You just some weak ass niggas, yo. Fuck,
Bro, them
man.
niggas will talk about like, oh, you need your nutrients and shit. They know damn well that shit was locked up in the freezer. Taking that shit out, that shit was not making.
Yo,
any,
nah,
any
but
more
it gave you
healthier, bro.
energy, yo. I was crossing up niggas, yo, when I was in school.
Yeah, that shit good.
Yo, all that energy, yo. I was
The
killing
milk
that
was
shit.
trash though.
Josh
The
was not
milk,
crossing over.
Nah, you
Yeah.
tripping. That chocolate milk was on one, nigga.
nah,
That chocolate
shit
milk was
tastes
on
like-
one, nigga.
I
I ain't
thought
gonna
it was
lie.
some voodoo water.
Yo, I used to
That was
make
your
regular
school.
trips to the bathroom, nigga. My ass was working perfectly fine.
That's that fucking New York milk, nigga.
Yeah, that's what that is.
Nah, fuck out of here, fuck
Yo.
out of here, bro. Cause
That's
That's
New
not
York
even,
City
yo,
milk,
that's
dude.
not even milk, yo. That's not even
New
cow
York City
milk.
got that rat milk, nigga.
That's not even, guess what I was gonna
Wait.
say? That ain't
Nah.
even no cow milk, yo. That shit is rat milk, yo. That's what that shit
New
is,
York
yo.
got that rat milk, nigga.
Nah, bro.
Tell
That
us something
shit was
trash,
A1
yo. That's
trash.
New York. Yours
Hey,
was
hey.
trash.
Tell me this. Was I the only one that used to do this? Like, when I used to have to, like, really fucking shit and couldn't hold it, dog. So you would go into the bathroom that nobody was in there. And then when somebody walked in there, you was about to let the shit out, and then you try to hold it in, try to wait till you hear that fucking water turn on. Bro, yeah, I used to do some dangerous shit, my nigga.
Yo,
Dangerous shit. You never wanted a nigga to know that you was the one in there taking the shit.
bro,
Bro, the
you would have to
bathroom
lift up your fucking shoes so, yo,
Bro.
they can't see it because everybody knew what your shoes looked like.
The bathroom was the wildest fucking area in the whole school, bro. Fights, niggas got a doodle like crazy while
See, that's
other
that,
niggas
that's
is
that New
around
York
you.
shit. That's that New York
Like,
shit.
bro, it was so wild.
Bro,
in the
I would
bathroom,
have to
man.
go clean across the fucking school, yo.
I've seen
Sometimes I
kids
would
pee
go.
on other
Bro,
kids
can
and
we,
shit. They like whipping their
like-
dicks and shit. They like, yo.
All right. Last
How about
topic.
that?
You getting me all nostalgic here.
Hey, bro, I'm saying, bro, they was doing some wild shit.
Whoa, all nostalgic. I'm out of here.
Hey, man.
That was my childhood. Anyway, last thing we're gonna talk about, yo. And trust and believe, this whole Jim Ryan PlayStation third-party shit, yo, they ain't over. But for time constraints, we're gonna parking lot that shit, put a pin in it, as they say. Last topic is state of play. I'm gonna start with Walt and see what he thinks about that shit. Yo, Dan,
Right, Dan.
what you guys say? What you guys say about state of play, yo? How you feel about that? I know you were in it with me, yo. How you feel about that shit? What's your likes, dislikes?
It was, you know what? On reflection, at first I was quite upset about it, but on reflection, it is what it was. I think we have to understand and appreciate one thing, especially in the industry right now, is that we are in a pandemic. So any sort of time frame or any sort of rollout that we was expecting for games is just not going to happen. On top of that, we have to also think about how many PlayStations 5s are actually out in the marketplace. So I'm just thinking, like, the games that they showed, it's like, I mean, a good 3 or 5 of them were just. What were the first games that they showed on the show again?
Bro, I don't even fucking. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even really remember.
I got you, bro.
But I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this.
No, because
What
I know they were showing some real old shit at first, and I was like, why are you?
Yeah, they started with Crash 4.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But again, I had no expectations. I had no expectations because they have their partners with them. I had no expectations.
I know. Come on, dude.
When Kratos said this, keep your expectations low, boy. You will never be
Yeah.
disappointed. That's what I was thinking the whole time, yo. I didn't know what I was going to expect.
Yeah,
I
that-
just left it as
that's-
is.
That's something I need to understand because sometimes I be setting the expectation so high. Sometimes
Well, somebody said that on the actual, if you look at the state of play on the site, it says like on the bottom, like, you know what I mean, like they're not gonna show like any crazy shit. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't surprise it.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised about that shit because people be
I
having.
mean-
Yo, Sony be like, yo, don't expect too much in there, right? They'll do their shit. They got that shocked Pikachu face, yo, looking around like, what the fuck? What the fuck? They
If
just
you're gonna
told
say
you.
that, then why even do it?
Even though I wanted Horizon to be shown, I wasn't surprised that
did,
it wasn't
I did.
shown. You know what I mean?
I did.
Like, my thing is, like, I don't understand that you guys with the state of play shit. Like, to me,
I mean, this could have been a blog post though.
Nigga, you
it a
keep
blog-
saying you guys like
if
you don't
you
got a
don't like the
fucking
content-
PS5, yo. It's you too. Shit.
but if you don't like the content, then it's bad. If you like the content, then it's good. Like, some state of plays, they have, you know, Last of Us 2 fucking gameplays. You know, some state of plays, they have fucking, you know, some bullshit indie shit. Like, I don't understand why people get worked up over the state of play shit.
But
Listen,
Jake, they still have to partner with them, so that's what it is. I'm pretty sure it's some sort of partnership.
Yeah.
The best part of State of Play was the Final Fantasy reveal. I know niggas saw that Sifu, but I'm gonna tell you how I
Like I
feel
said.
about that.
When
I
I
feel
first
like
when I first saw
Sifu
that,
is gonna
I thought that shit. I thought that shit said "shut the fuck up." I looked at that shit. I was like, "The fuck, shut the." But
I
go on, I'm
think
sorry about that.
Sifu is just gonna be another game that people hype up. Then they're gonna run a Metacritic.
Destruction
It's
All
not
Stars
going-
again.
It's not
Destruction
going
All
to
Stars.
exceed- It's not going to exceed their expectations, and then they're not gonna buy it. Some people don't have plans of buying it. Some people just like hyping shit up. Like, I don't know if they're paid to do it or if it's just what they do.
They do look.
But they
suspicious,
hype
yo.
up things that they have no interest in. And right before the game is set to release, they're going to make up all types of excuses as to why they're not picking it up.
They
And
did that shit with
this has happened
PS3,
several
yo.
times.
They did that shit with PS3. There were so many games that Sony was making as bangers. Fucking Uncharted. Yo, I'm gonna get that. That dude look good though. I'm gonna sell my Xbox. And then when it came out, you know, it's not violent enough. Killzone. You know, I don't like this. They always do that shit.
But
What-
I thought Sony was going on some anti-violence agenda or some shit, right?
For what?
They want their games to be less violent or some shit.
They explain.
First of
They
all,
explain the Last of Us
Jay Parker
Part
was
2.
talking about that.
I'm so pissed about this, dog. And the reason why I'm pissed about it, it ain't really even got shit to do with Sony,
It,
man.
it
But
isn't. It isn't.
once again, what's that dude name? His name was
Jim Ryan.
No.
So I know it's not.
it was the state representative from Illinois, dog. I don't remember what his name is.
Oh,
but
yeah.
this fool tried to blame carjacking
Carjackings.
on Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Nigga, are you retarded? Do you not realize the fact that the people who are out there jacking cars don't even play video games? Nigga, like, what are we talking about here? How can they when they out jacking cars, bro? Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, this shit is stupid. And then Sony jumping head first in this shit, talking about they gonna censor violent games. Come on, bro. The fuck?
But wait,
Nigga
before you
talking
even
about,
go on, before you
yo,
even go on
GTA
sick,
traumatized me, bro.
before you even go on sick, listen. I don't want to get this political, but fuck it, right? These companies in general are so afraid of social media and backlash. They are just pandering to everything. Fucking Oreos was like, yo, trans people are people. Aren't you supposed to be making cookies? Like every one of these yo, I'm being serious. Like every one of these fucking companies are so afraid, oh, we're gonna get sued. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Mr. Potato Head. We're going that offended somebody because Mr. Potato Head is a gender. We're gonna have to take that shit out. Despite the fact that they just retro what you call it, retcon his fucking storyline.
Yeah, they retcon his shit.
Are you talking about the Mr. Potato Head from Toy Story?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna take that nigga out that movie too, yo. That nigga had a wife and a little spud.
That nigga just head now. They don't even want to classify him as fucking potato.
If you think of the fucking Mr. Potato Head coming there, I don't identify as Mr. I'm non-binary
I'm
potato.
just potato head.
I'm non-binary potato head. I'm sorry. I'm done. All right, I'm done with the politics. But all these, everybody's
Get canceled by the LGBT.
Nigga said QIA.
yo.
Well, God, they
QRS.
keep that.
Josh,
Huh?
If anybody watch Josh's live stream, his nigga's been canceled by the fucking LGBT.
I'm not mad at them. It be weird, yo. The shit that they focus on.
Nobody bring up the Last of Us 2 because this nigga gonna go on a tangent.
Nope. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it.
We getting that game to us.
Jeremiah just did. He just brought it up and said, "Don't bring it up." Like, wait, what?
You bring up
Oh yeah, nigga, you doing some reverse psychology shit, Jemiah.
Nope. And that's why I'm not gonna do it. And that's why I'm not gonna do it.
Nigga who was looking up Abby's workout
Oh,
chart and
see,
shit.
you doing it again, bro.
He's bait me so hard. Nope.
Doing it again, bro.
Nope, he ain't gonna get me with that one. But people were saying this though. I will say this. People were saying that Sony is censoring Japanese fucking shit. Now, so for Smash Brothers, right? The new character, the anime shit. I don't know what game she came from, or whatever she came from.
I think Myra or some shit.
Yeah. So the original source material, her titties are out.
Oh, Pyra.
In the Smash Brothers, they fucking cover that shit up. It's not just Sony, it's just these corporations are being real extra right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, they said that it was a Naruto, one of the guy's arms got cut off, and they can't display that type of violence. So, in the game,
why not?
Who the fuck knows? I don't know.
Naruto the cartoon has violence like that.
I don't know, but they don't want that smoke from the social media. I don't get it. That's a whole other issue. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go back to the state of play. My impressions was all I care about is Returnal. That's it. And no, you know what? That dodgeball game, that do look nice. I think
Yo, let me say something real quick. By the way, we're gonna be doing a giveaway on that game on the channel podcast or whatever. So
What, the free to play game? The free to play dodgeball game? You gonna do a giveaway on?
No, nigga, we gonna do return. We gonna do a live.
Free to play dodgeball game. Oh, you talking? Oh, hell no. That shit trash.
Man, you's a bitch.
Niggas don't want that shit.
He just realized what it was.
That shit.
I didn't know he was mentioning that.
We all gonna pitch in. We're gonna basically get Returnal or a gift card for your Returnal or whatever the case is. We're gonna do a live stream of us playing Returnal and just chatting away. Yeah. We want to do some big things with this particular channel. Yo, we want to do some big things, kind of.
Go big or go home, yo.
Right. So what I think that we should do, my first game that I'm gonna play on this channel, for me personally, because we all have access to this channel, is I'm that Guilty Gear Strive. I need it. I need that game.
Oh, you fuck with that?
I'm about to fuck with it. I didn't know anything about OBS, and I was fucking with that shit. And I was like, let me see. But I'm gonna try to fuck around with it. You know what I mean? I got some friends that want to play it, but I want to make sure like whoever is gonna join the Discord, and if you guys fuck with it and shit like that, jump in the Discord.
Oh, yeah. You gotta get Dash on that because he fuck with fighters too. So.
I don't know about Guilty Gear though.
By the way,
don't get Jay Barber because he got mop y'all niggas. You know.
Oh yeah, Jay Barber play that shit too. So.
Yo, I watched that nigga play that shit. Dog.
What, Guilty Gear Strive?
Yeah.
Oh, but he's already good at it. They reworked that whole game.
Hey, yo, by the way,
on the beta heavy, son. Touch me.
Yo, by the way, shout out to the chat, yo. You guys are active tonight, man. Oh yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts
Knockout City look trash, bro. It's like a slow ass bleeding edge.
Which one? Is that the dodgeball game?
Like it actually looked like it could be like cool though, because I was kind of like just taking a look at it.
What game is this?
And
again?
you gotta kind of time how you catch the ball.
Oh, dodgeball
or else
game.
it
Okay.
can fuck you up.
I feel like it's gonna be.
Oh, it's by EA.
But I honestly feel like it's going to do something. Like the thing is, they show you a good amount of meat of this game, right?
Whoa, pause.
Nigga. They showed that shit was dangling. No, but they showed you a good amount of like material where they did not do that with State of Decay. What the fuck is this game? The fucking Destruction. What the fuck is this game? Destruction All Stars.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
They didn't show you much of shit until like the last bit. and then when it came out, it was kind of like a half-baked idea. You know what I'm saying? This one, we get the premise is cool. Sick. What were you hyped for the state of the play? What was going on with that?
What was I hyped for? That whole shit was trash.
Dang, yo, you and your feelings.
Nah, that whole shit was trash, bro. Like, if any other name was on that state of play, niggas would not be hyping that shit. I'm sorry, it is what it is.
You said Final Fantasy. You did say that. Kena, I don't know. Kena
is definitely cool. Can't wait to play it. Maybe.
I feel like that game has racist. I feel like that game has racist undertones.
Oh wait, no, it dropped on PC the same day, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
That game has racist undertones.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
I'm good on that.
That game has racist undertones. Nope. Racist
yeah,
undertones.
nah, I'm gonna play that shit on PC. And the rest of it, I just really didn't care for it, man. It is what it is.
What about you, Jemiah?
Man, I was kind of disappointed they didn't show Volcano High, nigga. That shit.
You know what? Get the hell out
niggas
of
think
here.
I'm
Oh shit! No. Hold on.
Oh, hell no.
Wait. Let me backtrack a little bit. Returnal definitely looked awesome as well.
Yeah, that shit looked up.
But the rest of it, I was just like,
that's the only thing I cared about. Everything else is good, thrown in the trash. The dodgeball was mildly interesting.
I think Seafood looks fucking fire. Also, I read that you can use a female protagonist, so I'm definitely there day one.
Listen,
yo, he is trying to bait me so bad. I don't care, Jemiah.
What do you mean? Time out. Whoa. I play only female. I like to play female protagonists.
Yo, y'all hear that shit? Yo, he think I really don't want no female players in my games, yo.
How much
that bait you, nigga, bro? You like to look at men when you play third-person games?
Who said this?
That's what you saying?
No, I never said that. I said he's trying to bait me into saying something about it. All my games, most of my games are female characters.
So you to be a female can't be a kung fu master?
No, I'm not saying you couldn't. But this whole Abby situation. Nigga. So this whole Abby, you want me to say something so bad, yo, about The Last of Us, yo? I'm not gonna say.
Yo, Abby really bothered you with how bullshit.
No, my problem. No, you wanna know what my problem? My problem with The Last of Us was left. But I ain't gonna go in there. I ain't gonna go in there. Just Lev. Lev is the only person that irritates me.
This nigga Jemiah on some Matrix shit. This nigga like.
I'm lost.
Yo, in Seafood, you can play as a female protagonist. I want to play as a woman, like a hot chick kicking niggas in the face. Like, am I wrong? Like,
it's not forced on all of them, Josh. I don't think. It's just certain ones. But...
wait.
That's the reason. If you have a female in a game, Josh,
if you have a female in the game, it's regular shit. Like, I don't think they'd be like, oh my god, we gotta have a female in the game so we can piss off the.
I didn't say that. I'm saying Jemiah put it out there as if I had a problem with it. That's all. That's all.
Listen, man. Low key in Destruction All Stars, Hannah is my favorite character, dog.
I don't know which
favorite character.
Yo, who that big booty bitch that's on that game?
I think you're talking about Hannah, bro.
The one with the legs? The one with the legs?
Yeah, she kind of.
The one with the prosthetics?
Yeah, bro. Backshot her, take off the prosthetic.
All right,
and,
dude.
Stick it up.
Yo, did y'all see that non-binary character that's in there? I couldn't for the life of me figure out what it was.
What non-binary character?
The what's her name? The girl in the purple. She'd be like listening to her iPod or iPad, whatever the fuck it is. Jan, yeah. It's a she, but she's non-binary. They won't identify her in their description, and her powers, her particle systems, are binary code because she's non-binary.
This thing's stupid.
All I thought was that she was just like a lesbian chick.
No, she didn't even know that, Josh.
I played the game. What you mean?
But like it's definitely characters and shit. Like
because I was trying to figure out the different clothes, and she couldn't change it, and I was like, why? I was like, what? I'm trying to figure out what it was. That's all I was saying.
What does her not binary to do with her playing the game?
I think on a technical level, I think really the reason why we get so put out on games is because niggas worry more about the technical aspects than whether or not they're actually having fun with the game itself. Like, if you go into a game looking for issues, bro, like I feel like you really just fucking the experience up for yourself.
We used to never do that, sick. We used to never, niggas was playing.
Oh, I agree.
We used to play, what do you call it, 007, fucking 3 frames a second and shit. Had no fucking problems with it.
Old leaks and niggas watching leaks of fucking lies and shit.
I'm gonna need you to be careful, Josh, because as long as you don't say nothing about GoldenEye, we good.
Why?
Oh.
What happened with GoldenEye?
Nigga, you was
Nah,
a sperm cell, yo. What the fuck you
No.
talking about?
It don't matter.
You
I
wasn't
can't
even
play it later
born.
in life.
Nah,
don't matter if I wasn't born.
GoldenEye was
No,
like,
we all unanimously across the
that shit
board.
had terrible performance. We
But-
just used to think that it was just slow down in the game and
Yo,
didn't really think much of it.
It was cinematic.
Like,
When something blew up, yo, we thought that shit was like in slow motion. We was like, yo, we saw that slow motion blow up.
The 4-player co-op just
Shit
made
was
everything
tanking.
more lit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and the controls were
I
terrible.
really-
that fucking N64
I hate
controller was.
I hate
I
that.
hated
And
those.
stick drift.
Nah, stick drift wasn't a thing. Those sticks used to just break.
Wait, this dangle.
They
That
used to
shit.
just
Yo,
break
that
and
shit would be
lean
like
to
this.
one side. dog.
Yeah, that analog would be fucking leaning, nigga. Like,
Come on,
hate
stick
that
drift. Yo, that shit was.
Yo, you go to your
fucked up.
homeboy house, he always trying to give you the broke control because he know what time it is. Like, fuck out of here, dog.
Yo, Mad Cats used to be a fucking epidemic out there in the streets, nigga. You go to anybody's house, they give you that shitty ass Mad Cats controller. Like, yo, I'm not playing this
Oh
shit.
nah.
Yeah, Mad Catz controllers used to look cool because they used to have all them buttons, and fucking turbo and shit. But
Yeah.
boy, playing with them, boy, forget about it.
Yo, that's why they went out of
Forget
business,
about
man. That shit was break easy.
Niggas
My
got
bad. I
three
forgot. Yo,
controllers
Ken,
with Mad
what was
Cats.
my
Oh,
bad? I'm
man.
sorry, my bad. Ken, what was your state? We're about to be done with this podcast. Just to let you guys know, we got off topic talking about some fucking frying some banana skins. But what is your what is your favorite state of play portion? Yo, watch Stick or try that shit, yo. He be like, let me see this shit here.
I'm done. Nah, I don't know.
I don't know, man. I mean, personally, I thought the state of play was fine. I mean, I feel like people are just kind of like expecting a little too much with this stuff, man. I mean, in my opinion, I almost feel like when people watch these events, man, they kind of expect that they're gonna, have like this, like whatever whole list of AAA bangers, smashers, or whatever you want to call it, right? And I'm just like, I think, in my opinion, I mean, I think they showed a couple of games that were pretty cool. They had updates for ones that I was looking forward to.
You seen
Like
it?
personally,
Huh?
like
I ain't touching that thing.
Sick.
Huh?
You gotta beat yourself, sick.
What? No, it's the big ass spider in the bathroom, bro. That shit is huge, dog.
Yo, but Ken, to your point though, I think that Sony has been quiet for a minute now. I think, and the streets is dry, so I think people are looking for something to like get them anticipated for the whole, summer coming up and shit. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel you. I mean, I just feel like the expectation is just a little bit too. Because I mean, people are expecting like God of War, Horizon, and all this stuff, and it's like if Sony would have dropped like a little teaser of Horizon in the state of play, like everybody, it would have been completely different. Like everybody would have been like, "Yo, that shit was fire," I'm like,
Exactly.
and I'm just like,
Sony got spaced this shit out though. That's what they doing. They got space all this shit out because
Space this shit out.
Y'all just gotta understand, they are the ones who set this expectation, though. It's not like fans are just setting this expectation for themselves. Like come on, bro. Look at what they did the last year, bro. Last of Us,
Tsushima,
bro.
yeah.
Like they really like brought it to you, making you think that, whoa, this PlayStation 5 about to drop. Man, I already know they finna have this greatness ready. And sure, they did with Spider-Man, Demon Souls, and the games that they released. But we're looking for their first party stuff. We're looking for their first party stuff, and it just, everything's getting delayed.
I mean, in my opinion, and maybe it's just me, but I mean, I thought what we thought was pretty cool. I mean, they had Returnal, which I think looks pretty awesome. The idea that they have behind that kind of looks cool. I thought Sifu was pretty interesting, and I mean that Solar Ash game. I mean, I think it looks interesting, man. I mean, I know it's not going to be for everybody, but whatever. I thought they had some good stuff there.
Yeah, but
You know what the problem is?
These are all games we've already seen multiple times.
Yeah, but they told us that. They told us that when the expectation was we were going to see some games that we had already seen. It was going to be updates to games.
Too, though. They said new games too.
There was some new shit there. But
Yeah,
what people are expecting is that shit is going to be like, God of War, Horizon.
If you say new shit, niggas say SOCOM,
niggas
Sci-Fi Filter, niggas say about shit like that. They're not talking about them fucking Sifu. I mean, Sifu looks awesome.
But see, that's what that's what I kind of feel like the problem is, though, man. I mean, everybody's like expecting all, because I feel like, look, man, look, I'm gonna say this. I feel like Sony kind of low key backed themselves into a corner with this, like with these big releases and shit. Because like
Yep.
back in 2016, they had a whole list of games. That shit was hype. I mean, everybody was talking about like, and even still to this day, people are talking about how 2016 was like the best year for E3 for Sony and all this stuff because they had a whole list of AAA games, man. And it's like, that's what the fucking expectation is, and I get that. Yeah, and I get that shit, but I almost feel like, like we got to keep our expectations in check too at the same time, though. You know what I'm saying? Like when they say we're gonna have updates to games that we already know are out, and maybe some new shit
like Horizon, nigga. That's our Horizon and Ragnarok both were in the June show, and they said they're gonna have updates on games from the June show. So you don't show any of those games. That's my problem. You know what I mean?
But
I'll tell you what,
but they did though.
my biggest problem with the state of play, honestly, is just like everything that we've seen look like it could be ran on a PS4, bro.
That's gonna happen for a while though.
Because
it could though. It could though.
For a person who went out, rushed out, and bought a PS5, it's like, come on, bro. Like the games that you showing, bro. First of all, they don't look like they need a lot of hardware to run anyway. You know what I mean? And most of them games are fucking indie games, which is not a problem. Indie games are great. But again, even Destruction All Stars, bro. Like, why is that not on PlayStation 4?
Yeah.
Can anybody explain that? Nobody can explain that.
But doesn't this happen every year? This happens every generation, bro. Like all the first games that come out look like
shit. Killzone didn't look like it could run on the PS3.
That wasn't a lot.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I agree.
I'm talking Killzone. What, Killzone 2? No, it wasn't.
Killzone Shadowfall.
Yeah. Sure. That's it. Come on.
I'll say this though, like, cause he does got a good point. Like when I saw Deathloop and shit, I was like, it looked like they just used, like, even though that's a PS5 game, you can still tell that they might have probably would have wanted it to be cross-gen. Cause like just the way his hand looks when he do the little dash and shit, that shit looked like straight out of Dishonored, low key.
Hey,
so it's...
but you know what, Pablo? We talking about Bethesda here though, yo. Bethesda's games never look good, yo.
That's facts.
True.
But it's like we're not seeing like real PS5 games like yet.
By the way, that's part of course, because like it took a lot to catch up to Killzone Shadowfall, and that was like the only generation on PlayStation that came out the gate with something looking like that. PS1, 2, or 3 didn't really have launch game. Which one?
Going from the PS1 to the PS2, nigga, you saw a huge difference.
Oh,
bro.
well,
I don't think you have a clear mind.
There's diminishing returns. I mean, you're gonna have that.
The leap from PS2 to PS3, shit. Come on, man. That was probably one of the biggest leaps ever.
Diminishing returns.
Man looked crazy at the time, bro.
Who?
Resistance Fall of Man. Wasn't that a launch exclusive?
I don't remember, but if it's close to it, whatever it is, I didn't like the look of that game. Truthfully, I like MotorStorm. That shit.
I mean, it looks like ass.
That shit.
But
MotorStorm looked crazy when that shit came out. But I think that didn't launch. No, it did launch. It did.
I think we're getting to the point of like, and I hate to say this, but I feel like we're getting to the point of diminishing returns for real, because a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing on PS4,
I think so too, honestly,
with regards to maybe, okay, these games wouldn't have loaded as fast, or we didn't have the DualSense with the PS4, the games still look the same, bro. Like either they did a really great job on the PS4, which I'm thinking they just did such a great job on the PS4 that now on the PS5 it's like, yo, okay, these games look pretty, but man, you start looking at these games like, yo, this John could have ran on the PS4, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, when we see Battlefield 6 though, I think it's gonna be a different issue.
I don't think so. You know what? No. Let me tell you why. Every Battlefield, they do the same shit, especially when moving from console generation to console generation. They always hype up the what they're gonna do. Like, remember, I think they was talking about 64 man fucking whatever. Shit, I can't even think about what the mode was.
Conquest.
And I don't even think we ever got that shit, dog.
No.
But they promised that shit. Then they was talking about
amazing.
They was talking about 128, bro. With Battlefield, bro. Just wait. Just wait
I
until
will
shit.
say, I will say that what do you call it? Mag, that did have mad people in that bitch.
Oh
I
yeah.
never played that shit. People said it was good.
It
Though.
was
I heard
alright.
good
It
shit.
was alright. It was unbalanced. That's what
What
killed it.
happened?
Mag, you remember
What
that?
if I got a tinfoil hat moment right here, right?
Oh snap!
What if, and I just thought about this because I thought about I think it was like a T-Mobile merger or something like that with Sprint or some shit like that.
Oh yeah.
T-Mobile and Sprint.
What if they were told before they can buy companies, they have to give, and I think just like a law with competition, they have to have those titles on another platform other than their platform. What if they had to do this transition in order to be able to buy, a company that may have been multi-plat before? What if that's kind of like the
like a good,
what if that
almost like a goodwill type situation where you have to.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah where you still have to have some form of competition between yourself with that particular company if you do take on the risk of buying said company.
So what companies are you thinking about?
No, I'm not thinking of any companies in particular. I'm thinking maybe that's the reason why they're moving the way that they're moving, because they can make an argument that, hey, these games are also going to be on PC as well. So it's not like we're just taking this.
Oh, okay. And this could
You know what I'm
and it could be. It could be
saying?
because
The reason why I say that, hold on, but let me give you some context as to why I say that. I believe when they was trying to do the T-Mobile, I think it was T-Mobile Sprint. I think that's what it was. They said that they had to help some other company to do 4G. I don't know if it was AT&T or something like that before they could actually complete that merger.
so, Comcast was supposed to buy Time Warner, which would make that's a hardcore like monopoly, and
Yeah.
that shit failed probably because of that. They have to make it look like it's not a monopoly. You know what I'm saying? And I see the point that you're making. They had to make that shit. They had to pretty that shit up before they was in. Because I was
They
thinking
have to create some form of competition between themselves and other companies in order to be able to do a purchase or do purchases of that magnitude. That way you're not technically taking away competition. And if a person wanted to purchase those games, they could still purchase them elsewhere, somewhere other than your platform.
because it's like it's like a
become a
contradiction. It's a contradiction on what you see Sony doing and just the actions that they're doing. It's something to look into. It's something to look into because on one side, like I said, they're trying to strengthen their shit. They could have easily went the way that Microsoft went and just kind of kept their shit kind of like stagnant and just was trying to make money, But they're trying to expand, and then you see where it moves. I'm not talking about Crunchyroll being purchased. I'm talking about they buying stake in From Software's parent company or whatever. Just weird shit like that.
Yeah,
like it's
power.
like what are you doing?
Nah, I don't think that's weird. I think they're purposely doing that so if those companies ever wanted to sell, they would have some say in it, or they would know what's going on versus being surprised that this ever happened.
Right.
They'll probably get like rights to refuse, right? Rights of refusal, like so they'll have the first. They're the first
Yeah.
ones who they have to refuse it before anyone else can buy it, basically.
That could be too.
Sometimes you get mergers that are about to happen and it doesn't happen because of all the other fucking regulatory shits. They get cock blocked basically by something. And I never
Just
really
like
looked into
Nvidia
it.
and ARM. Did you see what was going on with
No,
Nvidia and
I
ARM?
didn't. What happened?
It's a thing where they're trying to stop them from buying ARM. I forgot what company it was, but it was another well-known company, and they submitted a complaint about Nvidia purchasing ARM. Why would they do it? I don't know, because AMD got their own CPU company. You know what I'm saying?
I
Intel,
thought
they're
that-
making graphics cards now, even though they make CPUs and shit like that. So
I think it'll still go through though.
no, it's still gonna go through.
Yeah, it is, but you gotta
The guy,
make
I
sure.
forgot
Yeah.
what the guy's name is. The guy who owns it. The nigga you always mention that.
That nigga Jensen.
Yeah, he was on Money Life, and he was saying that they're gonna help them with the artificial intelligence and all this other stuff. And he was basically saying, "Hey, man, this is a good thing for you guys." Pretty much.
That's another.
Yeah,
That's,
Microsoft,
I'm
Google.
gonna dig into that shit too. And Glorious War. You know what? That's probably gonna be next week's topic. I'm curious to see.
Nope. Sony ain't doing it. Y'all can forget about that. It's not happening. The last person who tried to put a proprietary system in place like that, especially trying to sell a service such as PSN to people on PC, that is never gonna happen, buddy.
I'm not saying that it would, but I'm curious to see why it wouldn't, or if it's even possible. I just want to see myself.
They would have to have the infrastructure for it. They would have to create.
And they're already borrowing from Microsoft and shit like that.
No. And why would they? But listen. Why would they do it when they already got Epic? And that helps them in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? Like with Epic, remember they got stake in Epic, right? Not only do they have stake in Epic, but you know, if they're bringing their games that Sony makes to PC, they're probably giving Epic first dibs. You know what I'm saying? And hell, Epic probably not even charging them niggas to put their shit on the store. So they probably already making 100% off of the stuff that they put on the store, which those games make Epic Store more valuable. But then again, they always do like cross releases with Steam too. So
that's going to be something I'm going to definitely look into to make sure I can even put that as a top, because I'm curious about that myself. But before we end the stream, Pablo, what did you like and dislike? If I didn't ask you already about the state of play.
No, it was alright. I don't got much to say about it, but my highlights from it was definitely Solar Ash. That looked really cool. Kenya, whatever the fuck it's called. That should look mad dope. I can't wait for that shit to drop.
That racist ass shit. They have all these niggas following this white bitch. They ain't slick, yo. You gonna make us look like gremlins.
No, but like Sick was saying, like I think there is like a ceiling with this graphical shit, cause like that shit, they got that shit running on a PS4 too. That
y'all
kind
gotta
of
stop
shit.
saying that shit, bro.
Who?
So
y'all gotta stop saying this graphical whatever nonsense. It's not
there
happening.
is, bro.
It's not.
There is.
I don't think it's gonna get any higher, bro.
Until every game looks like
Look at the
Final
games we was
Fantasy
getting on
Kingsley,
PS4,
nigga,
bro.
I refuse to believe that shit. So let's go. Let's keep going.
I don't think we've hit the cap for graphics.
We're not even close. This niggas is.
I mean,
is
we
high.
already got
Like,
CGI looking games.
We got a lot of
Look,
shit that cheats.
look, Pablo. 2 years from now, you ain't gonna be saying that shit. I guarantee it.
With Ragnarok, how much you want to bet Ragnarok is gonna be looking like God of War
If it's
2.1.5?
cross-gen,
I think if it's a cross-gen game, then yeah, probably. But if it's
Not
not,
even.
then
Let's look at the games that aren't cross-gen, like Demon Souls. Demon Souls isn't cross-gen, but do it look good? Sure. Does it look like eye-dropping? Like, man, haven't seen this shit in my life. Good?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
no, I don't think so.
I think RE8's gonna look fucking pretty good though.
No, RE8 is looking
Oh no.
amazing, my man.
Yeah, but
That
RE8
thing look
had
like
a lot
Resident
of
Evil
shit.
7.5.
Nah, nigga, hell nah. We ain't doing that. You, bruh, did you walk out into that fucking living room, my nigga? I haven't seen shit that look like that in RE7.
The lighting look. Oh yeah, they are using the ray tracing shit, but
Not even just that, like the whole polygon count and everything like that. That shit is packed, and I get it. But
Like, I can't wait to
there's
get my
only
30
going to
minutes.
be so much we can do. The thing that we're missing is just a global lighting solution, like ray tracing that could be just on. You can just turn it on and it'll just bounce the lights.
I mean, I'll be curious when Unreal 5 comes out.
oh,
They have that shit with
they're-
they use that shit with the Mandalorian, like as a powerful fucking engine.
Well, I'm talking about for like when you release it to like the Epic Store where you just download it yourself and shit. Like I'm talking about like when it's out, like you know what I mean?
No, right.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
I'm curious
there's
to see.
probably there's probably devs using it now, but it's not like, out to like the general public like Unreal 4 is.
Yo, I'm curious to see what type of stuff people can make with it, man. Because like that Black Myth Wukong game looks pretty dope, and that's on the Unreal Engine 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine what the Unreal Engine 5 will look like when they actually get it into the hands of the people, man, and they start making shit with it. I think it's gonna be pretty cool, actually.
I just hope games just don't, because like PC has a problem where all games that use Unreal, if it's not like a huge studio, the games look so similar. You know what I mean? Like they feel the same. Like everything's like.
Oh, you mean like back at PS3 where everybody was fucking shiny as shit, greasy ass niggas, greasy ass fucking
Hold on,
walls,
I got y'all
greasy
niggas right
everything.
now. This
What are you
for
talking
you
about?
telling me
Using,
this
like, the
not
same assets and
possible
shit?
on a regular PS4, bro? Look at those. Look at that texture on that rock right here.
Oh, what are you showing us?
Look, I'm sharing it on the screen right now.
Nigga, where?
Are you?
But are you though?
Look at that
Yo,
shit. Look at that PS4
Nigga,
rock
I only
formation.
see your face, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh,
with
I see the share thing. That
Yeah.
shit says
Oh,
watch.
you see it?
That shit says watch later, yo.
Oh wait, hold
Yeah.
on. I got you right now, bro.
Yo, what
All
game
right,
is
I'm gonna
that?
send it. Exactly, nigga.
Oh,
RE8.
you talking about Sackboy?
No. I'm talking about. Oh no. Actually, let me just send it to you. Hold
No,
on.
no, I can do it now. I can do it. Hello? Oh no! Hold on. Wait a minute. Got me fucked up. Come on, Discord. Let's hurry up.
And RE8.
My
looking
bad,
great.
guys. I'm sorry about that. I fucked it all up.
It's looking good though. I mean, sure. I'm still hyped for it.
Any of y'all play Outriders though?
Outriders.
Oh, I wanted to talk about.
I love
that
the
too,
demo,
man.
bro. What you thought
Yeah.
about? What y'all thought about it?
They need to put that shit back in the oven.
I like.
You
Look,
think so? Yeah, it's not the best looking game.
I ain't
It
talking about
definitely is.
looks.
look. That game.
Oh, gameplay. I love the gameplay, bro.
Yo.
I love the little abilities and shit, man.
Yeah, I'm
haven't
gonna be
played
honest
it.
with you, man.
I haven't played it, so I gotta see.
That game was pretty awesome, man. I mean, it needs work. The gameplay and definitely the graphics and all that. I mean, it was choppy. The performance was all over the place, but it has a lot of potential, man. They have a cool premise and a cool concept that they're going for, man. I liked it a lot. I thought it was cool.
Bro, I'll say this, like, I don't know why I like it with this game, but like the jankiness of it make it like
Hell
make
no.
it so.
This nigga
Yeah,
said
I don't know
jankiness,
why.
this
The
dude.
jankiness of the game
Take
kind of
that
makes it pop.
Xbox.
Like,
Take that Xbox.
I don't.
Yo,
mentality
I don't know,
out of
bro.
this
I
shit,
don't know,
yo.
bro.
Bro,
I don't know if I
just
can
for
rock
this
with that
game,
one.
bro. Just for this
Yeah.
game. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
combined with the abilities and shit, that nigga like doing the little slam and shit. Like, come on, bro.
He got
Nah.
that. You got that.
I felt like I
Xbox
was a
life.
Human Torch, bro. That shit was fire.
this man said he liked the jankiness.
Yo,
you cannot even
wait,
make
hold on.
it happen.
Bro,
I mean,
bro.
you make this shit up, dog.
Bro, hold up. Why you think people like Fallout 4? That game's janky as fuck, but niggas is still questioning shit, doing all these storylines, side questing, and all this bullshit.
Because there's no,
And they still
there was
fuck with
there
the
was
game.
no game like it at the time, so they just accepted it. But
Especially Oblivion. I don't know how niggas
niggas is like
that's
that's to this
all-time
day.
great game right there.
That's like-
I don't get it, but
Let me tell you, I heard an Xbox say once about PUBG.
Xbox.
The jankiness in the game, the rubber banding,
oh nah,
it
that's
adds
different,
to the
bro.
experience. You just said the jankiness of the game is what you like.
It gives it like a charm to it, you know what I'm saying? Like, not it don't make the game better, but like it gives it like a charm. The shit with PUBG, alright, that's retarded. Niggas said rubber banding, bro. That's terrible. I hated that shit on Battlefield 4.
Hey,
That shit happened a lot
Jemiah's
on
in,
there.
he's in the live stream.
I'm trying to. I don't. Yo,
Oh,
can y'all
I
put
got
him in there? I don't even know how to do that shit.
Yeah, you
You
just
just
gotta
gotta
click
name.
on his name and
Well, I
drag it.
think he's in now. He's in.
He's
now.
in.
Oh, you just got move. Okay, that's cool. All right.
All
My
right.
bad. I was trying to.
So-
he was like, "What happened?" And it got cut out.
Alright.
And,
So that's a wrap on this?
That's a wrap, man. This is a really good official first episode because the other one was not.
Hold
you know
on,
what I'm
we
saying?
really gonna let this man leave off on Outrider saying that he
Sometimes it's
You
just
really-
sometimes
you
some
really gonna do
things.
this?
Sometimes things just should be really left unaddressed at this moment.
Hey man,
This nigga
That
said
shit fire,
jank,
bro.
yo.
That
I
shit
was
fire.
like, but jank though.
Yo, was there any other like general information that happened this week that we wanted to just touch on real quick before we pop out?
I
Not
can
that-
see.
I mean,
I
we
can
pretty
see.
much covered a lot of it.
Aaron Greenberg told all y'all Xbox fans to temper your expectations. They ain't got shit to show y'all.
Oh, that
so
March shit. That March shit, right?
Stop trying to put them in the hot seat for something they didn't say.
When is that dropping?
March 23rd.
March 23rd. I heard it's supposed to
they
be more of an
officially
infomercial type of thing about the
Hey man, they gonna tell you more about Game Pass. Game
Yo,
Pass.
can you hear me now?
Game Pass, baby. Let go.
All right. Yo, Discord is fucking retarded.
It is.
It is. Who else can you? I mean, I don't know.
You can use Streamlabs.
Yeah, I'll just stick with this. They need to get it.
I mean,
together,
not
though.
Streamlabs, StreamYard.
No, oh no! I mean, we can use it, but I don't like sending everybody a fucking email and shit. That shit's annoying.
Wait, are you streaming from Streamlabs or are you streaming directly from Discord?
Nah, he's streaming
I'm
directly
streaming
from
through.
Discord.
I'm streaming from OBS,
Oh, okay.
and then Discord has its own window.
Gotcha. Yeah. I don't even know why I asked you that question. I already know. Just by looking at how the shit was set up. It's all good. Outriders, man, listen, that's a wait for me, my nigga. After Anthem,
Another day went by.
Yo, is that fuck? Yo, I want to ask you that shit. Yo. So that's fucked up though. I ain't even gonna lie.
now they cancel Anthem.
That's
They
what I'm saying.
cancel-
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
had
gonna say it. I know you want to say it, Josh. You want to tell me that they cancel Anthem. I already know.
That
Already
shit hurt me, nigga. I ain't gonna lie. That
That's
shit was
fucked
so
up,
fire.
yo.
Yeah,
That's,
I think
it had a lot of
man.
it had a lot of potential, and they
Like,
did
yeah,
that.
yo, that traversal, just to sit there, just jump in the air and fly off. That shit was
Bro,
every
that was
time.
literally an
That shit
Iron Man
never
game,
got
bro.
old, bro.
Yo, my
It was
friend
literally
tried to
Iron
get me.
Man.
My friend tried to get me to buy that shit, and at the time, I was busy with some shit.
Yeah.
And then you
I'm
just
so
and then
mad,
you just
bro.
see like all the fallout. I mean, I get it. I was like, damn, for real.
And that shit would have been fire as just a single player too. You could have made that shit so much better.
Listen, man. But because of that, I'm real careful when it comes to these service games now. And I'm looking at Outriders like it looks like a cool game. It looks like a cool game. It's even okay to play. But now I think I'm gonna take the wait and see approach.
Like for all of them, for all of them,
yeah, we should,
because I can't.
Especially Looter.
Yo, what's going on,
Looter's
Nat?
What's up, Nat? What's good? But
Yo, if you want to join this Discord, just leave a comment in the actual video, and then we'll discuss there. 'Cause I don't know.
We also got a pinned tweet of the Discord on the Twitter of the podcast.
Oh,
too,
so just leave the podcast name then, if you can.
Yeah.
Yo, I wanted to say something before we do some housekeeping stuff. I saw a comment about Anthem, and somebody was like, "I think Anthem is the first time a game died twice."
It really did.
That's funny. That's pretty
That shit
funny.
died at launch, and then it died again. The 2.0 didn't even drop.
They fucked that shit up. So I don't understand how they put that much work into the game and fucked it up. Like,
They better not do that with fucking Cyberpunk, yo.
I'm just glad that Dragon Age 4 and Mass Effect is gonna be able to be single player instead of having like a.
I don't know. It's still looking.
I would hate Cyberpunk to fall into the same.
Unlike you, Josh, I don't have some emotional attachment to Cyberpunk.
He's a
Like, I
liar.
don't-
I noticed you kept bringing up Cyberpunk. I was like, wow, they trying to get this.
Yo, I like the game. I play that shit all the time. I don't know what you.
I was talking to him in my stream, yo. I was like, yo, it has a lot of issues. He was like, what issues? He straight up deboed me, talking about some what issues. He said that game is mad perfect, yo. What the fuck you talking about, yo?
He was like, his ass off.
he was like, that's only for consoles. Consoles has all the problems. I was like, wow.
That dude
Stop
sound like
lying, nigga.
That dude
Stop
sound
lying.
that
Nah,
console line.
yo, go look
That
at Josh's
sounds like
stream,
you, bro.
nah. I don't say shit like that.
That video deleted, man.
Because there's mad problems on PC for Cyberpunk that I don't like.
That's not what you said though. Beforehand.
I always said that shit. What do you mean?
No, you said that console players have the issues.
Yo, I
It's
can
fine.
like something and still
You
have
said-
problems with it.
You
And
said
I-
it was
I don't
fine on
understand.
PC. I have no problems with that shit. That's
I did
you.
not say that.
You was like, do you have it on PC? And I was like, you know, I don't have it on PC.
I did
Well, then
not
shut
say
the
that.
fuck up. All right, cool. It's cool.
Oh yeah, okay, nigga. Fucking Sony
I
niggas,
don't
bro.
know that. That sound kind of like you, though, Tobias.
It does sound like me, but I actually didn't say it at that time. Though. Like, it wouldn't sound like me, but actually, I was like, I'm not. Yeah, I don't cap for these companies, especially CDPR. I still don't like CDPR. They made one game that I liked. Like, I don't understand.
I learned it the hard way.
With these devs, though.
I learned it the hard way years and years and years ago. Don't ever have an attachment. I learned it with Sega. I was crushed when
I used to love
and
BioWare.
when I say
and look at BioWare.
and when I say Sega, I'm not talking about the Dreamcast because I bought, like, my uncle gave me a Game Gear. And I thought that was the best thing ever. It had a color screen. It was backlit and everything like that, man. But he gave me the one. It was after Game Gear died. You know what I'm saying? It died within, like, the first fucking year. So I was, like, waiting for shit to come out.
He talking about Game Gear, the shit that used to like
Gear.
8 fucking batteries, nigga.
It was 6 batteries. It was 6 batteries. It was 6 batteries, and it lasted for 15 minutes. I will never forget that shit.
Damn, nigga, 15 minutes?
Bro, I swear to God, yo, to get a smooth
Damn, y'all
30
niggas
minutes.
was starving.
Yo, to get a smooth 30 minutes. No, Game Boy lasted a long time, but to get a smooth 30 minutes, I would go to the Rite Aid and steal the ultra camera batteries.
I'm done.
You know what I'm talking about? The ones that you put in the camera that makes it last long with those?
Yeah.
And I would steal them shit, 6 of them bitches, yo. I'll put them shits in my
my
shoe,
God.
yo, and run the fuck out of that store, yo.
This man.
Fucking this nigga.
Sega had a
that thing could-
history.
Yo, Josh is eating refined bananas and playing with stolen batteries.
Yo, Pablo, that shit took 6 batteries, yo, and it ate them shits quick as hell. I mean, like, you couldn't play that shit for long at all before the batteries was dead.
And you could never see it in the daytime, yo. In the daylight, like regular daylight, that shit was rendered useless. You had to be in the dark ass room for that to work.
I used to play a Sight Bike on Game Boy, the green and black one, for like hours, nigga.
Yo,
like
Sight Bike was
play that
fire.
shit forever, nigga.
You know what else was a
I love
failure
it,
too, yo? I really loved the Virtual Boy, man. That shit would give me headaches like a motherfucker, yo. But I was fucking with it.
I remember the Super Scope 6. That shit was so fire, nigga.
Yo, I got that shit for Christmas one year, bro.
Which one?
Which one? Hype, my guy.
The Super Scope for the Super Nintendo.
Oh, I didn't.
Bro, I was so hyped for that shit.
Bro, I used to play this Met game all the fucking time, bro. This game was lit. When I say lit, bro, it was lit. But they didn't make a lot of games for the Super Scope. Same thing with the the gun for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like they had a few games, but that was it.
And
I think for the PS2, I had that PS2 glove. You ever had that joint? Yeah,
the PS2 glove? I had the glove for Nintendo. I never had the glove for PlayStation.
That shit was kind of fire. I ain't gonna lie.
For real?
Like, yeah, because like it's like your hands, like where your fingertips are, where the buttons were and shit. It was like a plastic piece that sat there. It was mad weird because like if you like move your wrist and shit, it would do shit. But I thought that shit was pretty sweet though.
Yo, what the fuck? What is up with PlayStation fans, man? Listen, man, PlayStation is great. I'm gonna be the first to tell y'all that. But if you niggas is really mad that you not getting the upgraded version of Final Fantasy VII when they're giving you the PS4 version of it at no additional cost, something's wrong with you.
People were saying that Horizon Zero Dawn was mid as fuck, right? And now they were like, oh, you need to make it 60 frames a second. But, bitch, you didn't even fucking play it. Like,
exactly.
You don't even like it. Days Gone, you shitted on it. It's trying to be The Last of Us. That game's trash. It's mid. And now when it goes to PC, oh no, what is Sony doing? I wanted that game. What the fuck are we doing here? What is this?
I'm telling you, these PlayStation fans, bro, something is wrong with them, dog. Because half of them ain't even PlayStation fans. I'm gonna be honest with you, dog.
You could be frustrated.
Part of the conversation, bro.
Yo, you could be frustrated about what Sony's doing. I get it, but some of these people were hard body, yo. You know what, Sony? I'm going to take my PlayStation 5 back to the store and I'm going to buy computer parts because you don't care about me.
They be having they be having the longest return window ever. I need to know where these niggas be shopping from.
Yo,
Bro.
only 34.5% of people completed Horizon Zero Dawn. So I don't want to. I don't know
want to
what
hear that
about.
shit at all. They said that Aloy was a boring ass character. They said the game was generic.
Aloy was my baby, son.
They said that fucking Days Gone was fucking generic as hell. All sorts of shit. But yet they said that what do you call it? Detroit Become Human was a shitty ass game. And then when it went on the PC, they couldn't stand Death Stranding. They said that shit was a real walking simulator, and then we'll go to PC. Shock Pikachu face, bitch. When they first announced it, they said it was going to be multi-platform. They said it was going to go on PC. They already told you that. Yeah, in a baseball game, niggas has never played or touched baseball. Niggas is playing 2K. All of a sudden, it's going out for all these consoles. Oh no! What is Sony doing with my baseball game? That's my baseball game. Shut the fuck up. I can't deal with them no more, yo. I just, many times I just want to mute all of them. Just everybody mute it. Like I can't deal with it. You taking this shit to heart like your girlfriend broke up with you, or you caught this bitch fucking some other nigga when you came home from work. That's how he acting. Like it's a company.
Well, technically, the main chick is becoming somebody else's side chick. Technically.
Nah, Josh. I think they felt like when he saw Joe got hit the head with that fucking golf club. That's how they feel right now.
Oh no, not Joe!
He sees Abby and fucking puts his exclusive card fucking Joe's head.
Now, I hate you. What's that nigga name? Neil Druckmann. I hate you, Neil Druckmann.
Neil Cuckman. That's what you did. Now I'm gonna say this.
You disrespected your character, nigga. I loved every minute of that nigga getting his brains bashed in. Nigga.
I'm gonna say this. Y'all wouldn't know the real. I'm gonna say this. Y'all wouldn't know the real reason why I feel some type of way about Naughty Dog specifically, right? My channel was teeny weeny. I made a video, not posting shit. I said, I'm hearing some spooky shit. And that's all it is. No spooky or anything. They shut down my channel and removed all the comments.
Now, was this during the period where everybody was trying to spoil the game?
Say again? No, it was. It was. But I put in the title, all because the title didn't even have anything in there that was pertaining. It just had The Last of Us Part 2. They froze that shit for 17 hours. And
that's
then
all they needed to see because you don't know shit about The Last of Us 2 and you were about to talk about The Last of Us 2.
They should not have the ability to do that shit, yo. That's why I feel
you're talking about their product that they're about to put out to the market.
For 17 hours, for the first 10 minutes, you would have been able to see I didn't say anything about that shit. I kept trying to stream shit. I said, what the fuck is going on? The shit was locked the fuck down. Dog, I feel some type of way, yo. I don't like that shit. And it's cool.
This is why you really mad, nigga?
I'm mad.
Over your channel, nigga?
Mad. You shouldn't be able to. Because that's precious fucking views I was trying to get and shit like that. Precious.
Making up lies.
Before you say freedom of speech, because I know that's the shit that's coming.
That was not coming. That's a corporation, blase. I was not going to say that. I just don't want them to shut down my fucking channel.
I'm not saying anything about the corporation. I'm saying you knew exactly what people were doing when they were mentioning The Last of Us. And it wasn't kind-hearted shit where they just wanted to, talk about the game without talking about the game. No, they were actively trying to spoil the game for millions of people. What they did, I have zero fucking problem with that shit. Zero problem.
No, so if they shut your
trying
shit down
to protect their intellectual property,
that's cool, but they broke the rules of YouTube. You can't do that.
They broke the rules of YouTube?
YouTube.
Let me tell you, there are no rules when it comes to YouTube. You know how many fuck niggas claim my videos that they don't have nothing to do with them. Period.
No, see what they do with Sony is they use like third-party people to make sure shit. There's been things like It was fucking soundtracks for the
It's
game itself.
conspiracy.
No, they do. It's not a
Okay.
conspiracy. There's known things. They use like other like names for it so they can do it. This is all documented and it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want the heat. But
Simulate, nigga.
okay. Let me see. False narratives in the gaming community. Xbox, Nintendo stands are going undercover. No, I'm not saying it's all that. I'm just saying that again, because they have their IP and YouTube has an algorithm that can test out your image or sounds if you're using verbiage, and it could have froze that shit easy.
Man,
So-
I used to have this Iranian company. Remember before God of War was coming out? There was this Iranian TV network that used to play all of my videos because the announcer looked like oh god, what's the chick name in God of War? The fucking witch.
Freya.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary though.
And
Low key, that's kind of scary.
It's so weird, but they released all of those things. Like they claimed it and then they would release all of them. And eventually it stopped, but YouTube is broken, bro. This whole system is broken. It's dumb the way it even works.
It is. That's my grievance. Glorious War. No, I didn't have any imagery. None.
People can claim your stuff. They can claim your stuff, and then you have to prove that they're lying. That don't even make sense.
You're guilty until proven innocent. That's how they work.
Something where somebody claimed somebody made a song and then somebody else claimed their song. Like
I see that too. Yeah.
Like what's the
thing?
fuck?
It's a thing. And the funny thing is I was playing Ratchet and Clank, I was streaming it. And they have they block out, the movie content because it was the part of the movie. The regular soundtrack that's playing in the background, they had a small piece of it from 14 minutes and 13 seconds to 14 minutes and 57 seconds, right? Oh, we can't, the video's frozen because you have this from this company. I'm like, this track wasn't even made by that company. What are you talking about? So I appealed it just because. And then they were like, oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, this is the age we live in, man. You think it's gonna
It's creepy.
Twitter had the fucking dub over that Metallica concert on Twitch had to do that shit on their own shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Copyright does not play around, bro. Like the deal will come for you.
Yeah.
Hey man, listen,
I mean,
I
it's a hard
just can't
lesson
wait
to
till
learn.
they start the super tweets, nigga.
Oh, what is that shit? I saw that shit, but I didn't really read
Hey
it.
man, it's where you can monetize your tweets. Only certain people
Bro.
can see them.
I'm going to
very
have
good.
some butt naked pictures, yo. Pay me $10.
Because I ain't seen nobody tweet.
Yeah, they got OnlyFans. Go start OnlyFans, nigga. Put that shit on.
It would be blocked out. Pay me $25. See my ass. No, but where's Pablo?
I'm
Where he
good
at?
on that.
Where is he at?
I think he got kicked out.
Who, Pablo?
He should be able to jump right back in. What?
I couldn't get into this motherfucker either, bro. This shit was like a trial and a fucking.
And I try to
shit.
make that shit easy to deal with, and it's still fucked up. I don't know, man. Discord wilding. But anyway, listen. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was trying to post a link to the Discord and the Twitter in the chat, man. I don't know if that shit kept getting moderated or whatever, but
I don't know what's going on. Dan the man, you're gonna be the man for this one. If you were discussing the game in general, I agree, but people it's very yeah, I know. I get it. It just was very annoying. That's all.
Yeah, what was your channel called before All Things Sony?
Yeah, we still call all things Sony.
So you got okay. I'm like, I don't remember you having another channel.
I did have another channel. It was called Logged In. I deleted it.
That shit must have been tiny.
What?
Nah, fucking with you. This thing.
Yeah, the whole channel is tiny. Even all this shit is tiny.
I'm
It's
fucking
cool.
with you, Josh, man.
But oh man, yo, fucking Wednesday is gonna be hot as shit on my birthday. Anyway, thank you guys for showing up. Don't forget if you can follow the Twitter, which is what is the Twitter again? One of you?
it's Twitter is PlayStation Culture Podcast. The @ is Culture of Place or Culture of PS. And the Discord as well. I was trying to get that into the what you call it, the chat, but it wouldn't work.
It won't work in the chat. They're just gonna have to either click onto the YouTube channel and make sure that Discord is in there. If you could put that in the YouTube, oh, that's me.
Yeah, somebody
Yeah,
please
or-
put the shit in the description. Like I said last week.
Yo, just follow us on Twitter, man. I got the Discord link pinned
Nigga,
on
that's
the
too
Twitter
much like
account
work for people, man.
No, it's
Nah,
not.
just put it in the description, man.
Yo, Dan, man, take care of this YouTube page, bro.
Put that shit in the description, man. If they're
Yeah,
gonna watch the
and
video, you
also
can't make them go elsewhere.
put your own personal links and shit too. You know what I mean? That way niggas can check you and shit.
That nigga said, "Fuck them."
Plus,
them.
start a Patreon so these fuck niggas can
Oh,
pay
yeah.
y'all for coming on every Sunday.
Then start our OnlyFans.
Yo,
Shut
Josh,
the
They can do
fuck
OnlyFans.
yo, Josh, don't forget to put your OnlyFans in there, yo.
Hold on, let me see if I can get. How do I invite people again? Let me see.
I'm not going to your OnlyFans, nigga. Get out of here.
Shut the fuck! I ain't talking about no damn OnlyFans, dumbass. I'm trying to get people to. I'm trying to get people to come in here.
Stupid.
This nigga trying to rope us into the OnlyFans, bro. I'm good, nigga.
I'm trying to get the. Okay, so the invite is copied, and then I'll just put it in the description. Let me see here. Let me close this shit
Make
out.
sure.
Yeah, make sure you do it permanent though, man. Because if you don't,
It
it'll
has
expire.
like a. You can do a limited one or a permanent one, so make sure it's the permanent one.
Okay, so now this is the permanent one. Permanent. That shit never expire. Let me see here.
Yo,
Why do you have to say it?
I'm about to dip out though.
All right, guys. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate Jemiah. I appreciate Sick Humor. Y'all, I appreciate that. I really do. That really helps, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Great podcast, man. I don't know why. Is this the first episode or is this just the first episode?
We had another channel, and then we moved it to a brand new channel. It's just hard to get this shit up to. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, cool. I'm out. Y'all niggas be easy. Deuces.
Deuces.
all right, man.
Yo,
Stop.
Sick, before you go. Oh, this nigga left.
This nigga was at pew.
All right, gentlemen, man. Dan, too bad you weren't here the whole show. Pablo got kicked out and shit.
No, Pablo said, I gotta dip, man. I gotta beat my meat.
All right, Ken. Thanks
All
for
right,
having me,
No worries, man.
Yeah,
All right.
Thanks
I'm
for
pretty
coming.
sure you're going to be streaming later on, Josh, right?
Of course.
I'll be the only one in your chat harassing you.
I love it, though. All right.
Yeah, all right.